Hello, Internet, and welcome to Hearts of Stone. Thanks for joining us here to play Blades in the Dark here today. I'm so excited for you to join us. We're going to get back to our game here in a minute, but first, I'm going to talk about things going on our channel. If you are joining us live, welcome. You can see the full lineup of shows that we play here throughout the week below our faces if you just scroll down on Twitch. The next regularly scheduled show should be Monday. We will be back. I see our stuff, our commands still aren't working.
I'm about to delete
Unfortunately,
stream elements from the fucking internet.
We're having issues all over the place.
It's not me, it's third-party sites.
Yes, yeah, they're all just shit in the bed. But the next regularly scheduled live stream on the channel should be on Monday for the finishing conclusion of the origin story that Sita's been running for Red Jenny. That'll be at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Come hang out with us for that. And then rest of our schedule this week should be normal, back to our normal bi-weekly schedule for Neon Souls Season 4. We're playing Star Wars 5th Edition on Wednesdays, and all of our other shows throughout the week. Like I said, you can see the full lineup below us. I think otherwise, nothing else really new going on. So I say we just get into it. I'm going to let y'all introduce yourselves. Let my lovely players here tell you who they are, what they do on and off this channel, and who they are playing tonight. Starting as always with Van.
Hi, everybody. I'm Van. You can find me on the internets at Van But Wilder, pretty much wherever you can find people on the internet. I mostly hang out in our Discord and live stream on Twitch several times a week when I'm not extremely tired from starting a new job. We should really be back at it next week, though. I'm very glad. Sundays on twitch.tv/hackrecklessly, playing Dungeons and Dragons in the final season of Playthings of the Gods, and then here several times a week as well. But tonight, I am playing Glass, who is the Whisper.
That's me. Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the internet at Greek Sid when I am not hiding among a cocoon of blankets. I am here Saturdays and Mondays. Today I am playing Salome. She is the group's spider.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ. You can get for RJ282 on Twitter, Twitch, and most other socials. I normally retweet whenever we go live in places. Today I'm playing Fume. We both go by him, sorry. He's
also go by
Michael Jackson. I got giggly. Shut up. He's a leech. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo.
What the hell are you doing here?
You don't belong here.
No, you should stay. You should stay.
You should stay.
You have to stay, or else I'm gonna have to move all the cameras around again.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com doing nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on the Indoor Adventures stream. Today I'm playing as Grackle, who is our hound. DanaeKeener.com.
And I'm Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown, lurking around the internet. I am here a few days a week playing and running games. Talked about a couple of them. Normally I run a game of Red Jenny. On Mondays we play the Dragon Age TTRPG. I also run the aforementioned Neon Soul Season 4 on Wednesdays, playing Star Wars 5e. And then this game. And then I'm in other stuff in between, and also over on Hack Recklessly on Sundays, playing and Playthings of the Gods along with Van. That's it. Are y'all ready to get started? Perfect. Previously on Hearts of Stone, the Obedient Servants had just completed a rather thrilling and challenging job, specifically ending a dispute, a war that had broken out between their crew and the Wraiths. There were explosions and death and murder and chaos and ghosts and more murder. And we started last session with some downtime, some much needed downtime for many of you. There were a lot of projects that needed to be done, recovery from the events, relieving some stress, Lots of good stuff. And then we had a lot of lovely scenes between our characters getting to connect with each other, both due to recent events and some like long-standing development of relationships. Not going to recap all of them because there were way too many, but you did have a meeting with the sister of your friend Will, Nala, who you previously brought back to life using Fume's techno wizardry to create a hull. She had unfortunately been gifted, or her soul corrupted something in some sort of way that had given her some sort of supernatural powers. She let Glass know during their training that she'd been hearing voices, somebody sort of speaking her, giving her orders in the evenings or throughout the day, hearing strange commands to kill people that she wasn't familiar with, or to follow people, or apprehend people. It was no real like rhyme or reason or connection between them, but that these instructions were coming to her telepathically. You had also learned about some developments over the next over your few weeks of downtime. The DIS, the Dustfall Institute of Sparkcraft, the sort of factory manufacturing technological development center for the ministry, now run by Lord John Meriden, had completed its spectral registry service and was offering had completed its development of hulls to be utilized from those who had unfortunately passed within Dustfall due to violent or their lives cut short through various means. You were made aware that these holes would now be in use, and that people were being offered the option to have their loved ones transferred to one of these if their heartstones had been either retrieved by the spirit wardens or being held in personal custody. You also found out that as part of this as well, the to stamp down on crime within the city and some of the chaos that had befallen Dustfall in recent months, the ministry was also rolling out a brand new line of hulls, specifically automatons that be used in kind of a city guard peacekeeping capacity. These hulls were dubbed the Iron Coats, and you begin to see them on patrols around the city. Of course, tension still remaining between them and the church, who have a lot of misgivings about these developments. And you also learned when Will and Nala were visiting that Will had received a letter. It seemed to be a form letter that probably anyone in his circumstance might have received, offering to allow Nala to transfer or give Will the option to have Nala put into a hole. The government, the powers that be, obviously unaware of recent developments within the jewelry box. All of that coming to pass, many lovely conversations. We ended last week with a rather intimate scene between Grackle and Steiner in a bar where Steiner had a few too many drinks and was seeming to kind of drown his guilt and the ghosts of his past. Confided in Grackle, urging her not to follow in his footsteps, was seeing the path of vengeance and death that his protege was walking along. Confided that he has, over the course of his career, done a few things that he has regrets for, specifically people he's killed for the sake of his career and his skill set. And he told you a story about a job that he was in Tykeros, and where he was unfortunately left in the situation put in the situation of having to kill a young person, a young man that was robbing from his employer. How he had there were two of them that were engaging in this activity. He shot both. One escaped. The other one he successfully shot straight through the heartstone, killing them instantaneously. And seeing the look on this young man's face has haunted him since that day. Of course, Jack Grackle found this story to be familiar, as had just had a recent conversation with Glass, learning about what had happened to Glass about 5 years ago, and this seemed to be the very man that had murdered Glass's partner, Jackdaw. You, of course, Grackle immediately went back to the jewelry box, asked Glass what they would do if they were given the name of the person that killed their partner, and we left off in a really tense moment where Grackle revealed that they knew the person's name.
I like Grack. Grack Jack.
Grack Jack. And that's where we're going to pick up here today. In that same moment, as Grackle lets Glass know that she may know the name of the person that killed Jackdaw.
So you're going to tell me, or are you just going to hold that over me for the rest of my life?
What if I told you it was someone we knew?
I'd be surprised, but not shocked. The universe seems to have always had a way of playing those tricks on me.
Steiner. He did a job in Tykeros. Timelines line up. I don't have proof, but
How sure are you?
sure enough to tell you.
How long have you known?
I just found out.
Truly.
He might still be at the bar.
Take me there.
Grackle will turn. No expression on her face. Just one foot in front of the other.
Two of you head back to the hole-in-the-wall bar that Grackle, you, and Steiner often drink at together. I'll say you arrive at the bar. Before you head inside, though, you catch some moving around the corner and see that Steiner is no longer in the bar, is actually outside, kind of like leaning against the wall, like half sitting on kind of a barrel around the corner. or a small crate around the corner, is trying to light his like a cigarette, and having a hard time with his lighter, just like cursing to himself.
I think just like sort of standing there, watching him. Grackle doesn't turn, but says out loud to Van.
Van?
To Van,
I'm
Van.
here.
through speaks through.
I'm looking at the I'm looking at the Zoom name.
Last week it was me.
You know I
Stares
can't let go.
directly. Stares
know.
directly.
Grackle turns to
Van.
the camera.
Now, Van,
No.
think about this.
Yeah, think about this. Now hold on.
Look,
We got
man.
a week.
God. Grackle does not turn, but she says out loud to Glass, does it make a difference if he regrets it?
I don't think I have the answer to that yet.
Do you want me to talk to him, or?
No.
All right. I'll be here if things get messy.
I'm gonna pull out a lighter. Walk over. Like, light his damn cigarette.
You step up. He kind of glances up at you. Looks a little confused about why you might be there, but accepts the light. Takes a long drag on it. Smoke billowing out to the alleyway. Thanks.
Don't thank me. You're not gonna like why I'm here.
Looks back over to Grackle and then back to you. Listen, if y'all have work for me, I probably should sober up first.
No, you're gonna want to be drunk for this one. Just how good of a shot are you, old man?
These days, better than most.
How about a few years ago?
Better than now.
I had some friends. You once clocked 2 targets with a single shot.
I think looks a wave of different emotions kind of crosses his face as he looks back over to Grackle and then back to you. Says, "I don't know why Grackle told you that story, but it's not really something I want to relive. So yeah."
Too bad.
But
I'm gonna pop the top button of my shirt. And that scar and the cracked heartstone right there. My hair was shorter then. And my eyes were still brown.
Don't normally call for rolls, but this feels particularly important. No, I'll just give it to you. You see, Glass is pretty good at reading people. It's what they do.
It's kind of their job.
professionally. You see that same like roulette wheel of emotions kind of going through of like confusion, worry, guilt, fear, anger, settling on something along the lines of guilt and understanding. And he, after a long moment of processing that, takes another drag of the cigarette. Figures. I never saw your eyes, so I don't think I would have recognized you anyway.
Very different than I was back then. And for the last few years, I wanted to lay all of that at your feet.
What was his name?
Isaiah? You'll think this is funny, though. Do you want to know what we called him on jobs? Jackdaw.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
It's less than you deserve. But it's more than you're gonna get.
So what now?
I'm not going to kill you. But I am going to tell you why. You changed my life, Steiner. You changed the course of everything. A lot of who I am today is because of what happened that night. You killed, instantly, the young man whose only crime was stealing from an old man who already had too much. I've wondered how much he paid for that service, how much somebody's life is worth. But that math works out differently for people like us. And I've wondered, over the last few years, if you were even still out there, or if somebody put a bullet in you before I could get to you. If you thought about us, if you had nightmares, or if you just didn't care. And I don't care. I could sit here and let you grovel at my feet, and then I could slit your throat and I would feel nothing. So I'm not going to kill you. Because, as much as the younger me would have wanted to, this one knows that my trauma is not my fault. But it is my responsibility. And as much as I fucking hate you for what you did, there are people in this world, in this fucking city, who care about you and your well-being. And I'm not gonna take that away from them. I don't know you. I know of two things you've done in your life. One of them is murder the most important person in mine. But the other... and I don't know the nature of your relationship, I don't know really what kind of figure you are to Jack. What I do know is that you had influence over her, and somehow you managed to bring up a woman who will run into a burning building to save someone that she doesn't even really like. And maybe that's the only good thing you've ever done in your life. And as much as I want to hate you, I want to kill you, I'm not going to do that. And not for you. For her.
Grackle's been refusing to make eye contact through this conversation. But I think that gets her to turn and look.
I think throughout most of that, he was entirely focused on you, Glass. But there was a moment where you mentioned Grackle running into a burning building to save someone, and that seems to catch him off guard. That seems to conflict with a narrative that I don't think he had the full scope of. And surprised him, genuinely. I'd like you to make a roll for me.
Sure.
Sway seems like the most obvious, but I don't know if you have another one that you think would be better based on your kind of the way you're approaching this.
I'm not summoning a ghost.
No, I don't think
No,
attuning
I don't
will
think
help you here.
anything else. I don't have the other two, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll do Sway.
Okay. Give it a shot.
Sure. Why not? Am I pushing myself?
So- Up to you.
Narratively, maybe.
Am I technically helping by being here? You know, moral support.
It hits a lot different when the person you're talking about is in the room.
Yeah, I mean, you could assist if you wanted to, Grackle.
will.
I think that's
I
fair.
will assist.
I hate for you to take a stress just for me to be extra dramatic, but I also
no.
kind of love it.
I think this is plenty stressful for Grackle. I think she has got her eyes are swimming when she finally turns to look at you.
What is this? Just desperate?
No, no. I
Risky
think it's
standards.
risky standard. I was toying around with the idea of a devil's bargain in my head.
Okay.
But I don't know how actionable this is. This is way outside of like the purview of like normal devil's bargains. But let me try to work through this.
Okay.
Glass, the Glass today is very different from the Glass that almost died in that on that street. How much of that is how much of that was some sort of supernatural effect versus how much of that is Glass holding on to something themselves and was more of like a choice on Glass's part, or maybe not necessarily a choice, but like more psychological.
No, yeah, I think part of it was a choice, because I think like the stuff that Glass like dabbles in now, like, because Glass was always like sort of fascinated by ghosts and like the supernatural, but it was more of just like a curiosity, be like reading the occasional book or like, you know, going to weird seances and stuff. Like it was more of a hobby, and then once someone close to them died horribly,
Yeah.
and the ability to perhaps bring them back was immediately taken away. It was never an option.
Mm-hmm.
It became an obsession.
Yeah. And I know we talked a little bit about in the last session and this one too, and between the sessions of your Glass's like how much Glass wanted revenge versus other motivations. In this moment, what is like where is Glass like actually with revenge? Like I know you're saying a lot, just getting a glimpse like behind the scenes, like how much does Glass how much would Glass really like to kill this person? Like, and how much of this is a sacrifice on their part to, for the sake of a greater good? Like, how heavy is this hitting them to make this choice?
I don't think that's actually the difficult part of it, because I think, like, as much as Glass puts on that front, and as much as, like, initially, we're like hell bent on, like, I'm gonna find this guy and I'm gonna fucking kill him. I think that impulse has been sort of washed away over at least probably the last year. And I think, especially with it being as complicated as this, because now this is a person that, like, I mean, Glass doesn't know Steiner well, but this is a one of the few people that she sees as, like, human, or that they see as, like, human,
Mm-hmm.
And because he's important to Grackle, and Grackle has made it clear that we are also important to her, like, I think that muddies the waters quite a bit. But I don't think the impulse is, I do think it's purely selfish. But I don't think the impulse is, I need to, I want to kill you, or I want to make you hurt, especially because the circumstances under which Glass met Steiner, like, she knows he's been through hell. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he has been through absolute hell for the decisions that he's made already, and there's nothing that Glass can do at this point to make that worse for him. And I don't think it would even, like, feel good if they did. I think it is more of, like, this need to, like, make him understand, like, he's a killer for a living, and his whole thing is, murder. But, like, Glass in the back of their head is even thinking, like, I might be the only person that Steiner ever went after that lived. So, like,
Very possible. Okay, here's my devil's bargain. This may be too much,
probably
but
not.
what I am willing to, what I will offer in this situation. I mean, you're already rolling four dice. I don't even know how much you need this.
I might just do it for fun.
The In this moment of, like, connecting with somebody, like, you are both trying to persuade him to help you. Like, there's something else you want out of this situation. I don't know, but we haven't exactly gotten to that yet. But I know we had talked about, like, that had been discussed in the chat, that there might be, like, you're asking Steiner to do something, which is essentially to trust you, and you're hoping to get out of this, that, like, this come to terms of, like, looking somebody in the eye and be like, I know what you are, now you know what I am,
It's closure.
and closing this so that something can be moved forward from it. And so I think there is a sake, like, so Steiner's getting a look behind the curtain that I don't think very many people have with Glass, or really that many people get with anyone. So what I will say is this: if I will give you the devil's bargain I'm offering, is you get the additional die for this roll and the greater chance to succeed in this effort if Glass well and truly is letting go of the idea of seeking revenge on the person that killed Jackdaw.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, this is a weird one because there's no mechanics. It's purely just narrative, and,
Yeah, I mean,
stakes,
I
and,
think
and
I think
trust.
this is
But
that's sort of the
yeah,
crux of this.
okay. So you can take that additional die and you can roll. There's a lot of build up for this roll. I super hope you roll
I
really
hope I
well.
roll all ones. Here we go. I forgot to mute the tab, so it made a cool knife sound when I
Oh
rolled
yeah.
that 6.
Swing.
And that's
Uh,
a 6.
that is a 6. That's a full success. He looks up, like meets your eyes for a long moment as you finish that quiet hanging through the air. Cigarette kind of like hanging from his fingers falls out of them and lands on the ground. He stamps on it with his boot. He glances over at Grackle for a moment and then back at you and gives a slow nod and says, I'm not really sure what to say. This is new. You can imagine you're not the first person to ever confront me about killing someone close to them. And I've given a lot of reasons and had a lot of responses to that situation. He sort of perfected over time. It's a job. No hard feelings, nothing personal. But at the end of it all, I get where they're coming from. And I'd do the same thing. If I were in your shoes, I don't think I would have given me the same mercy. And I don't know if it helps to know if anything I can say can change what happened or recontextualize it. And honestly, I don't even think that's my place. I sort of just gave up making excuses over time. Told them to either take their shot or move on. But you're right. They're few and far between, but I have done a couple of decent things in this miserable life that I've led. And they're the only reason that I keep going with it. So, I'll say to you what I've never said to anyone else, and that's, I'm sorry. And I owe you. And whatever that looks like.
I have this project I'm working on. I'm not going to tell you what it is because you won't like it.
Sure, fair.
But I am going to ask for your help. And what I'm going to ask of you is that whether or not you like what you see, you don't stand in my way.
All right. I'll consider that my next job. No questions asked. Tell me where to go.
Tomorrow, maybe. In the meantime, get your shit together. I'm leaving you alive for the sake of another person, but I don't want you holding her back. Just hand him my lighter. I don't smoke anymore anyway.
Takes it. Pockets it
It's
with
a
his...
bomb and it explodes.
It explodes.
Salome, have you seen that remote detonator I was working on?
I want to do a flashback
No,
where
I don't.
steal a bomb from you.
Oh, that can't be good.
Never
he pockets
is.
it. He stands up. You can see just the conversation on its own sobered him up a fair bit.
I want
And
to just dunk his ass in the river so bad. I'm not going to.
I think he sensing that there's nothing further you need from him right now. He looks at Grackle for a moment, and then gives a nod towards you. And he heads off. So we can end that scene there unless there's anything else the two of you want to talk about.
I do have one thing I can say.
Okay.
He's still here.
I don't know if you should have done that.
What do you mean?
Especially not for me.
Always liked birds, you know? I find them fascinating. Strange creatures. Isaiah had one for a while. Didn't really have one. Sort of made friends with one. He'd leave little bits and treats and trinkets out on the windowsill. Eventually, the same bird started coming around 2-3 times a week, then it was almost every day. Beautiful, huge crow. Terrifying, majestic. Do you know what he named it?
It's a look.
Harvey. Ridiculous. After he died, I never saw Harvey again. Listen, you don't have to like me. We don't have to be friends. We don't have to be anything. But I'm not gonna take away someone you care about in a revenge-fueled action that I know won't make me feel any better. It's not a net positive, so I'm not going to do it.
You've really changed.
Maybe you just don't know me all that well.
Maybe. I can't afford to change.
Give yourself 5 years, you might think differently.
Internally, Grackle's like, so I've got 5 years then.
I think I'm gonna go for a drink.
I think I better lay off.
Next time, maybe.
Glass. You're a better person than me.
You really don't know me that well. But if you'd like to find
Grackle.
out, you know where to find me.
Grackle will give Glass a pat on the shoulder and then leave. But there's a linger. Like she really doesn't want to. God damn, these people are gonna make me have feelings. I can't do that. I'm a vengeance machine.
Sanamant.
Ah!
All right. So I think that's the end of downtime.
It was so
It
relaxing.
was so relaxing. Does
Downtime.
I had a milk
So-
bath, got a massage. It was amazing.
I thought about pushing an old man off a bridge.
Yay!
That can be relaxing for certain people.
I guess my question for y'all is what next?
Well,
Oh, boy.
We discussed
Expanding turf.
right? Like,
Style
Turf.
takeover.
We already did the
We-
hostile
Well,
part.
we did the hostel
we just gotta
already.
do
Now
the
it's just
takeover.
the takeover part. Yeah.
we just took out the wraiths. There's all this unclaimed turf. Like, we better grab it while the grabbing's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
I think
get
you would.
that turf.
I can give
Yeah.
a little context too, because this is just kind of
Turf.
common knowledge that y'all would have. Is that like, yeah, when any crew is hit as hard as you hit the wraiths, because I would say the wraiths aren't like gone, but they are not at the same area they were. There might be a few hanging around. You killed their leadership. The rest have scattered
Well, we offered to
around.
hire the rest of them.
Yeah, and once y'all take an upgrade that lets you add another cohort, that we can pay off on that. So
You
so
gotta establish
right
turf
now,
first, though.
so
Yes,
right
turf
now you do have there is a good opportunity to take on some of their turf. The question is, which claim are y'all going after?
Turf.
I think just turf,
Everyone has
expanding.
turf.
We're finally
Yeah.
taking turf.
We're finally
Yeah.
gonna take turf.
We'll fill in that that box between gambling den and lair.
Yeah.
That means we could expand our hunting grounds out
Mhm.
this way into Silkshore.
Yeah.
So we get all those benefits.
Cool. What is that? I guess the question for y'all is, what is that going to look like? Like, in what way are you going after turf? And you have a lot of different factions that are kind of moving in, trying to divvy up, carve up what's been left behind by the race that they're in shambles. Some other crews have taken the opportunity to oust the wraiths from other holds that they had in some of their other holdings throughout the city. So you are not the only people trying to jump in on this, but you do have a lot of inside knowledge, and you've got some momentum. So what I guess my question for y'all is kind of like, what are you going after?
Options. We could just go for regular turf, but there are other claims that are available.
This is true.
Let me check our priority list.
Yeah, we should revisit that.
And my question is, like, if y'all want to go for the hunting grounds, the expanding turf, I think that makes perfect sense. It's more like I want in fiction y'all to describe to me kind of what you're going for and what you want, because I don't have a dog in the race. Like, I'm
I
not.
have an idea.
Go for it, because I do too.
idea.
Seems like a franchising opportunity to me. Seems like if we take it over from the business perspective,
Open up some more jewelry boxes.
That's kind of where I was thinking as well. And under sort of that same guise, again, mechanically, we won't have a cohort until later. Got it.
Right.
But narratively, honoring what Clockwork said during that very scary monologue he gave to people he was murdering the street of, hey, this was easy, bro. Like, if we can do this to your higher ups, and then, you on ground level, we're not gonna do that to you. You're doing your job. Come do it for us.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh no, am I gonna have to do
That's-
public speaking as Clockwork?
That's why we're your obedient servants.
That would be incredible. Yeah. So we could take turf. We also have that lovely tavern that is still just sitting there in the corner. That
Yeah.
we haven't taken yet.
Tavern is still available.
And
will say-
honestly, loyal fence. Like, they were fencing shit in that occult store. They were.
I guess the question
for
is
sure.
if we want to start with turf and go to those, or if we want to take those and then sort of consolidate it into turf.
I really like the turf aspect of giving all those additional downtime
Expand-
opportunities.
yeah, expanding hunting grounds. All right, then let's grab some fucking turf, bruh.
Yeah, bruh.
So
I feel like it makes the most sense in this particular situation that we're grabbing turf because it is so open-ended,
Mhm. Yeah, it really is, and kind of what, like, I guess my question's more direct to your thought process. If the turf one is more of like a physical location, so y'all are specifically staking out. I think the idea of flavoring it is y'all franchising and adding a second location for the jewelry box.
Hey,
So the first
we're
question
making
is
Captain Pansy a lot of money right now.
We are.
Would he
what-
like to have more?
What district are you looking at for expanding your hunting grounds?
Well, Wraiths were Night Market and Silk Shore, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
we
do-
have Charter Hall right now.
Yeah.
Charter Hall is currently our hunting ground.
But Lair is in Silkshore.
Yeah, so if we
Yeah.
take Silk Shore,
I mean,
we'll get all the hunting ground benefits for that, or
we have
I
discussed
expand
this
the
before,
other way
whether
and
or
take
not we
over Night
wanted.
Market.
Yeah, I would like
Right.
to point out that Night Market is also where the factory is.
Yeah. If we expand into Night Market, there's nothing saying that we can't expand our hunting grounds to Silk Shore as well.
Yeah, later on y'all could take another
Yeah.
turf.
At another time.
There's two more.
Two more
Mhm.
that we could take at any point.
So just which one do we want to grab first? Night Market or Silk Shore?
If we're saying it's going to be a physical presence, like a location for turf, then I'd say maybe we do Night Market first, especially since, like RJ said, the factory's there, and we're probably going to be doing some more shit around there. I have a distinct feeling.
Let's go sit on the Baron's doorstep. Why not?
Right
Okay.
under
Yeah.
his nose.
Let's take Night
Under
Market.
his nose.
Y'all are looking
surrounding
for.
him.
Y'all are looking to expand your hunting grounds into Night Market. So let me just look around here real quick. See who you might be contending with. Let's see.
Okay, but if we open a new jewelry box, can we just call it the gem coiffer? Like the gem coiffer?
I heard you say gem coiffer, like
Coiffer, yes,
the-
coiffer.
the
No, that
gems,
was
like
that
quaffing a
was
potion.
yeah. Sid misspoke. No, the gem coiffer.
We're gonna have to come up with a bunch of names. We keep
Yeah.
opening them.
Yeah,
I think we shorten it down to just the coffers.
the coffers.
Oh, that's fun. I like it.
Because
We're
that's
gonna
where
have
the
to-
money is.
We're
Hey,
gonna have to promote somebody to manager.
Will. It's in a nicer district. Oh no, Will's
to
gonna
go
go
out.
back off.
Yeah.
Can we make that a project? Hey, Will, we will pay you more to stay here.
We will pay you more to move with your sister to a nicer district.
To a nicer
Hire
district
in
and manage the
to
coffers.
manage the coffers in Night Market. He can stay here with her.
He can stay here.
And still have an income.
Yeah, but the narrative plot device of teenage girl without older.
I
perspective,
mean, yes.
I mean, he's gonna be working a lot.
he's gonna be working.
He will be working a lot. We
And
will
that-
have to kind of keep an eye on her.
Just means that she'll have more exciting stories growing up in a brothel.
Yep.
Tell.
District manager Will and associate manager Smash and Grab.
They're secure. They're
Head of
the heads of
security.
security.
Head of security.
Yeah.
All right.
You've done so much crime all this time, you didn't think you'd be stopping people from doing it, huh?
Those are the perfect people to do it. That's why you see all these people that used to like rob banks and everything. They go into security. They
know what to look
know.
Play. Let's go with this. Okay, I have some ideas. You're planning on expanding into Night Market, taking on. I think we have a basic idea for what the job's going to be, but we probably need some gather information roles first.
Gladly.
So whoever wants to knock one of those out, just tell me what you're. Yeah, okay. Salome, what are you doing, and how are you doing it?
Consort, obviously. Yeah, I'm gonna tap my my contacts around the city to be like, hey, word on the street is there's some potential options going on around here. What's the scoop? Where's a prime area to expand? Get in on the ground floor.
Okay.
So with my weaving the web, I get an extra die to that, so I'm rolling 5.
Cool. Go for it.
That's a lot of ones, but there is 1 6 in there, so I'll take it. It's like 1 1 1 2 6.
Okay. So you start pulling on some contacts, knocking on some doors, trying to get an idea of what the situation looks like in Night Market right now. I think this is probably where you get some of the information, finding out, okay, so what is happening with a lot of the Wraith's holdings. Y'all already still have some of their holdings in Silkshore. That was part of the reason that this all kind of kicked off in the first place. So Silkshore is kind of like, it's not necessarily up for grabs, like nobody's making any strong moves because there is, even though that there is like a little bit of a vacuum there that the Wraith's absence has created. I think the idea is like there are, either because of the reputation that y'all have, that either y'all might step in, or just that some of their some of their more advanced like networks had kind of been taken in Silkshore, but there's it's kind of like there are a lot of pieces up for grab in Silkshore, no like one kind of district that the Wraiths were kind of latching onto. So a lot of that's kind of happening behind the scenes, more like a couple of informants here and there defecting to a different group. Some of the Wraiths like cohorts and stuff branching off and joining with other groups. It's kind of like all kind of spreading out, diffusing throughout the district. Night Market is a bit of a different story. In hitting up some of your contacts there, the Wraiths had made some big moves in Night Market recently to kind of solidify themselves as a contender for that district. You had heard previously about them hitting up a tavern there, and taking on a Leviathan captain there, where they had stolen their map, the map that you eventually got your hands on. But they had been making some pretty big moves there, and had gotten a couple of businesses there under their thumb. either through blackmail, bribery, or vandalism, had driven out some businesses and taken those for themselves, or had at least taken some of them, like being like taking tribute from some of the businesses there. So there's some places, some turf up for grabs in Night Market, but you actually get the most interesting news from Jaren, your blue coat contact. I think probably hit him up as one of the hit them up as one of the many people that you're contacting, and maybe over a night of drinks or whatever, loosening their lips a bit to get some of the juicier details. Jaren let slip that when the attack happened in Silkshore and the waves, kind of ripples of that, were being felt throughout the city, there were a lot of conversations going on behind closed doors, both at the city council, like lower level members, not like, no one that sits on the council directly probably would concern themselves with it. The Wraiths weren't a major player, but they were important enough to make some noise. What you hear from your contact is actually the Bluecoats themselves are taking a very strong interest in what is happening, and ensuring that that vacuum is not being filled by another group. They're essentially taking it as an opportunity to either keep those businesses closed, or to ensure that the people that are the businesses being established there are being run by like legitimate entrepreneurs under protection. They're being offered, city council has offered like incentives for some more of the more well-connected entrepreneurs in Night Market to expand their operations there. People who have those close ties with the Bluecoats and with the city council, to make sure there's no more tomfoolery going on there. So there are a few places that the Wraiths were holding that are either being marketed, like essentially being kind of auctioned off or discussed, like contracts being made behind
Turned into
doors.
condominiums. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, not even so much that, because Night Market is so industrial, and so
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
The vibe of that.
Yeah, but there's a lot of that kind of stuff, and a couple of them that are being marked for that are going to be torn down as well. Ones that they don't feel they can hold. Essentially, it's kind of a scorched earth. They want to make sure that no other crew is moving into here to take on this business. In the absence of the Wraiths, especially a lot of the bigger players in the city. So you gather that that'll probably be your biggest obstacle
Hurdle.
in this.
Yeah. Okay. I can bring that back to the group. And above table, I have a few thoughts.
Okay.
What's better than bringing a very legitimate, essentially single father figure to run a business in Night Market?
Getting two of them, and now they're husbands again.
Oh!
That, but make it gay.
Always!
I mean, yeah, that's a great pitch.
Yeah, I'm down for it. I have a funny idea for a gather information.
Okay.
I'd like to use study, mostly to check out if it is in Charter Hall taxing documentation, revenue, and like foot traffic in Night Market to see what's the best spot we can grab for whatever's open.
Interesting. Okay.
Doing research.
Okay. I think
Tapping
that is fair.
realtors and brokers.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm just in the market, the night market for. It's a little joke between us retailers.
All right, go ahead and roll your study.
This is an on-fire garbage can.
Nope.
Oh no!
I've just got some things going on.
Could be a franchise expansion.
This is what happened last time, and you got jumped in an alleyway.
Oh, come on.
I'm not even doing anything like innocuous. I'm looking at tax documentation.
Yeah. You're gonna get jumped by accountants.
Today is too late in the building, and they had to kick him out. It's very embarrassing.
You I mean, you all are also going back to the building that y'all robbed like a month ago.
Bertrand Faust, you're supposed to be dead.
That was a whole fucking month ago.
He's
But,
not going as
Fume did-
clockwork.
Yeah, Fume did stay undercover for most of that. So here's what I'll tell you with that study roll is you start going into you go back to Charter Hall, go to some of the the city planning offices and some of the you make some contacts with some of the officials there to try to get information on what would be, trying to scout out a place for your crew to take a look at. What businesses might be the most advantageous for y'all to target for this. You immediately get kind of like stonewalled in that a clerk will takes your request and says, I'll be back in a moment, and comes back with their manager, who essentially is like, these aren't available anymore, and gives you essentially immediately you can tell there's something going on behind the scenes, that even just you trying to request some of this information,
You get stuck putting a FOIA in. It's a whole thing,
Yeah, essentially, like, it raised enough red flags that you are immediately clocked for what you're doing, and you get a very like passive aggressive, very like, please leave, or else we're gonna get the blue coats involved. So essentially they clock you for what you're doing almost immediately. The ramifications of that might be interesting. I think you are very careful about heading back afterwards to make sure nobody's tailing you. You get the sense that there might be a few blue coat patrols that might have been keeping an eye on you when you were leaving Charter Hall, and they may be on their guard when it comes to your crew.
Oof. Reporting back to the crew. I think I've been made by the people in Charter Hall. Expect blue coat presence increase. Haha. I apologize.
Okay.
Oh, but is that weird? Would those sort of documents be readily available to the public, or would I need special access to them?
Normally stuff like that would be pretty available for anyone. Like, again, there's no Freedom of Information Act in Dustfall. They have every right to not give you whatever you're asking for. But the you came in there under the guise of being, I assume being like a legitimate entrepreneur, wanting to have some information on tax records and things for businesses in that district. That's not something that I think you did not have enough clout for them to take your request as being legitimate.
Like, if I had a background as an entrepreneur and showed credentials, they might have been a bit more.
I think even more so than that, they're. I think with your study, I won't give you much more than that. But
okay.
You
needed to be someone's cousin and have credentials. And
I think you essentially get the idea that there might be specific people that are looking into this. And if you're not one of those people, they're not going to give you any of this right now, especially since they are so on guard for who they're going to allow to move into this district.
Mm-hmm.
Given what's inside said district, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Wild. They aren't letting just anybody set up on the Baron's front lawn.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, I know.
Crazy.
Okay.
You're essentially trying to get permits to build your house next door.
Yeah.
And you're asking for like, yeah, and I'd like to put like a Gatling gun on the roof and fully reinforce this.
I'd like to build
animals.
over my property line into the
Yeah,
factory
yeah.
so we have access.
Yeah. What do you mean I can't build a fort next to the White House?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. Above table. Young single dad.
Mm-hmm.
Opening legitimate business.
Mm-hmm.
Who is friends with Captain Pansia? Yes, you, Jack. You're the young single dad. No, Will!
Oh, shit. Okay.
I love you so
we're gonna
much.
we're gonna disguise Grackle as a young single father.
I couldn't tell that those statements were connected.
Confidence was really empowering.
I'm just imagining.
Wings was like, yeah, I fucking got it, dude.
I'm doing this. I'm doing
got it.
this.
I'm just imagining
This is made for me.
Grackle showing up in like a tan, like business suit, like an ill-fitting tan business suit, and Fume wearing some like shorts and suspenders.
Holding a giant lollipop, like
But Papa, I was this little bit.
Papa, the whole factory.
Not confident. That was. Are you referring to me?
I want a boyfriend, and I want my boyfriend to have a boyfriend, and my boyfriends are boyfriends.
okay, now I just want Grackle to do it.
No.
It's perfect. No,
It's pretty good.
it's pretty great though. Oh, but
Hello,
yes,
my name is Jack. This is my gay husband.
This is my gay.
amazing.
Don't sell yourself short. You'd make a great dad.
You would make a great
You'd make a great gay
dad.
dad.
Yeah, it'd be incredible.
Grackle isn't the stepdad. She's the dad that stepped up.
Oh,
Oh my
Oh,
God.
get him.
This boy is not a roof, but I will raise him.
Let's circle back on your original plan.
Anybody got one more? I just want to see. Anybody got another thing? No.
any more stepdad jokes? No, I'm good.
No, because anytime I think of that, I just go back to that old Mabim Bam episode where they just kept saying, I hate you, Ron. Can you imagine Jack and Ron?
Jack and Ron, the perfect gay dads.
Oh, sorry. Old Vine video where the dad sneezes, where there's a door, a deer next to the door, and like the wife goes,
Oh,
"Good job, Ron."
oh, nice. Oh, what? I can't sneeze.
Oh, what? I can't sneeze?
No.
Real
For-
nice,
if we're going,
Ron.
if we're going back on vines, it's the like slapping little baby feet on the ground, and then like looks up and goes, "Daddy," and then it's like, "Do I look?"
So we're getting Will
I
to
heard
start a
slapping
business.
little baby feet, and I thought, what do you have? A knife.
No!
Shut up, Ron. You're not my dad.
William, young William.
Young William.
Young William.
We're gonna get him to become a young entrepreneur, to start a business in night market.
You've got to think of the franchise as your own small business.
Yes.
I gotta
Yes.
hear that shit one more time at work. I'm gonna lose it. You gotta think of this now. This is your business. This is your business that you're running.
We essentially corner Will and go like, "So, have you ever run a business before?
He doesn't have to run the business. He just has to manage one location.
Would you
It's-
like
yeah.
to?"
Yeah, if you would like. We're not gonna force him or anything.
I thought did just dawn on me, though, that I'll give you the opportunity to do something about this if you would like, but there may be a preemptive check leading up to this, is that Will is about to leave the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
That's what we
contracted.
said.
So
He's gonna
are
do
you
this
doing
instead.
this? Okay, so you want to
We've
try
already
to
litigated
convince...
this.
Okay.
We would like
missed
to
that part. I was
try, yeah, we would like
So,
to try to convince him that instead
give up his
of
job.
leaving
Or
the
no.
city, no,
Take a
Yeah.
better job.
take a better job,
Yeah.
one that
pays
doesn't
well.
require, is not as
All right.
dangerous.
We're gonna have to.
Yes.
We're gonna have
And
to.
then he
Do,
gets to
we're gonna
stay
have to play
here
this out.
with Nala.
Instead
Yeah.
instead of having to go remote, work from home. You know,
Work from home.
Work from
Well, we're
home.
gonna
got a
have to
family
play.
now.
We're gonna have to play this out.
He's got a
Uh,
sister that he's got to take fucking care of, dude.
Literally, our pitch is gonna be, "Hey, Will, would you like to work closer to home?
Yeah.
We will
How'd you
pay
like
to
to work a
move
little
both.
closer to home? Yeah.
We will pay for
Uh,
both you and your sister to move somewhere better than you are."
We'll get him a little
All
apartment.
right, let's
in
save.
Night Market.
Let's save the pitches for the scene because I
Okay,
need to
yeah,
know
yeah,
when
yeah.
and
Well,
where
I
this.
just- I think we should get the pitches out now because I think if all four of us try to have this conversation, it's going to be incomprehensible
Yeah.
Well,
because we all have great ideas.
I mean,
So we'll
Val's
say
trying
you.
real hard to get us to role play, and all
I'm
we
just
want
trying to get us
do is
into
do
character
references.
again. So we can do this in character. You have invited Will to the jewelry box like mid-afternoon. We can say he hasn't arrived yet if y'all are still trying to figure out exactly what the pitch is going to be. So the scene is jewelry box, day, empty interior.
Empty.
Interior.
So we're going through this, right?
Of course we are.
Good. One of you who is better at talking, do it, please.
Sure.
Side of me or Salome, I imagine.
Hmm.
Which, I mean, he does respect you quite a bit, Salome. On the other side of that, Will and I do have a bit more personal connection.
Tag team it.
Yes.
All right.
And while negotiations are going on, I will entertain Nala and be as not me as possible not to ruin this.
It would be lovely, though, if maybe 5 minutes in you could listen through the pipes, see how things are going, and if it makes sense, perhaps tell Nola that this is happening and, finagle him into it.
She just overheard.
You know what? Excuse me. Fume will
I hate
go
it when he leaves
upstairs.
without telling us where he's going.
Fume walks over. I assume we're gonna have this meeting inside, like the
In the lounge.
In the lounge.
Where we usually hold the Unity dens. So,
He flips the covering on a copper pipe up, runs up to his room and flips that up too, so it's already set up to hear them talking.
perfect.
Right. So, the pros. He gets to work in Duskwall, live with his younger sister. That
In a lovely district of Night Market.
I imagine we're going to have to subsidize some kind of living situation for them.
Might be something even on the premises, nearby, carriage house, something of that nature.
Right. We're going to have to pay him better.
Absolutely.
And that's what I've got.
This is less dangerous. The cons they stack up. He has to leave the city. He has to leave his dear sister behind. His dear sister, who is going through not only the trials of being a young woman, but other.
A teenager brought back
Trials.
from the dead.
Yes, there's a lot of baggage there. This is far less dangerous.
Here's a pro. None of our customers are Leviathans.
There you are. That's a big bold in the pro column.
No
That you know
Leviathans
of.
here.
Fume walks
We
in.
have quite a few gentlemen who like to claim they are.
Oh,
But that's why Jade takes those customers.
Fume walks in, hand raised to glass as he heard that dig. Bam!
I'm sorry, just canonically is Jade a size queen? Is that what we was
I
just
guess. I think that's her thing. It is now. I don't know why. Is
I
Jade
imagine
a real
that.
person?
Okay,
Is Jade
this is
someone
not.
that previously existed, or
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Jade.
So she's real, okay?
She
I
is
was
real,
like, I know I
yes.
didn't just pull that out of nowhere. Yeah,
No, she's one of the kind.
You
I
know
think
what's-
Jade is
Lovely.
really is her whole thing is she's very good at stroking someone's ego.
Love
We
it.
keep going off on tangents, but I have to draw attention to like Leviathan hunting has to be like
That's a
a
kink.
That's
like
a euphemism.
a
Yeah.
euphemism.
Tag
Euphemism.
on
Yeah.
Duskfall Hub.
yeah. Anyway, continue.
I love it.
We've really got to get some more dicks working here, by the way. Could have a
Oh,
whole,
great.
Could have a whole like theme night. I have ideas. I have some ideas actually.
Oh, some of the lads. on the
Bring it
crew-
to the horse parade. It'll be a great idea.
Yes, horse parade. I've got Leviathan hunting. I've also got something with bread, but haven't worked that one out yet.
Oh.
I'm sorry. BREAD or BRED?
I was thinking the food because it
The food,
because it
okay.
didn't make any sense. And then as soon as you made that face, I was like, "Oh, you heard breedable."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am not going to.
we're not going into
the
that one.
ultimate breeder. No, I was just trying to say something that sounded like nonsense.
Okay, let's
a
get
funny
back into
joke.
character because Wings is so over this.
What are you talking about?
Don't put
Fume.
words in her mouth like that.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I need someone on my side. We gotta get this. We gotta get
I've
this
been
going.
told I have very loud facial expressions.
Chat, you guys weren't there for that story.
Oh
God.
man.
We'll tell it later.
We can't
Yeah.
make jokes that we were talking about pre-stream. We can't do pre-stream
we
references.
can't do pre-stream.
Val, we literally do that every week.
No, we can't.
And we
have
have to
stop.
sit here and go.
I have
"We're
loud
talking about
facial
this before."
expressions. A flight attendant told me that once, and now I have anxiety about it. It's fine. Anyway,
One last one. Fume touches, gets Glass's attention. By the way, I still have some sensory deprivation stuff if you'll want to use any of that.
Ooh,
that could be a fun kink night.
I like that actually.
I
By
could
the
build
way,
another box!
Whatever makes you happy.
Yes. Oh, I do have to. do that.
All right, we should probably stop the
Right,
shop
right.
talk as there will be a child coming shortly. All right.
Will is showing up exactly 2 minutes real time. That's how much time you have left to talk about.
Is there anything else we need to put on the pros and cons list? All right. But the talking points, we're going to get them. We're going to get them a place to live.
To live in
That-
Night Market,
that they're
nearby.
Going to be able to live in and not
Short
worry about
commute.
hoarding.
Short commute.
Short commute. They'll live at least nearby, if not on the premises. It's not going to be a financial burden for them.
No.
We are going to pay them plenty.
Yes.
Pay Will plenty to live on. Obviously, he'll be home with Nala anytime. She's
And when
just as welcome there as she is
as she is here.
here. Once she's a bit older and she wants to start working, we could perhaps teach her to tend a bar or host or something like that. We could teach her to cook.
Absolutely.
We could teach her to cook.
Absolutely.
All good. I mean, she'll be learning life skills that maybe she hasn't learned yet. There's always laundry to be done. There's always cleaning to be done.
Absolutely.
It'll be good for her.
Actually, cooking might be on the table.
I think that's great.
Also, do we know the nature of young William's contract to these Leviathan hunters? Is there like a premium that needs to be paid if he breaks said contract?
It's possible that as part of helping us open another branch of the business, we could get Captain Pansy to pay them out
Yes.
if needed.
Oh, all right.
We will be having to talk with the captain
I could-
in order to make this happen, I believe, given the shenanigans going on in the civic offices. So
And if he doesn't necessarily go for all of that, we've got the backing of Lord Skurlock, and that man's not hurting for money, so...
absolutely. I think this is win-win.
Present. Grackle is present, but she hasn't spoken up at all during the conversation.
I think we're good. I think we're doing a good job. Anyone have anything else to add? We're roundtabling.
Yes, yes.
Grackle shrugs. We have Daniel.
Dental and vision
That's so true.
and vision, full.
Wait, are you telling me I could have used some of my money for vision? Why am I wearing these then? The
I
fake.
thought you just liked the way they looked.
I did.
You're gonna like the way you look.
I guarantee it.
All right, that was
And
a
I bought
reference
this.
quota for everybody. Will the front door opens, and Will walks in with Nala.
Ah, William, hello.
Good afternoon, everyone. Is this something you need? Nala and I were on our way to lunch and figured we'd stop by since you asked.
Of course. Actually, there was something we did want to discuss with you, dear William. Fume, would you mind taking Denala upstairs and getting her bite to eat?
Yes, actually, I have a splendid idea. Nala, would you like to learn how to cook?
She looks very excited and says, "I'd love to."
As soon as Fume says, "Would you like to learn how to cook?" I look directly at Will and go, "Food."
Yeah.
Nala, we
Fume
gotta
kind of
cook.
gives a look. It's like, yeah. Oh.
Food.
Now I'm imagining Fume with the
No,
hat.
Fume in his tiny whitey.
Fume in a full yellow hazmat suit.
They
Uh-oh.
call him Clock.
Nala in just an oversized
We don't
hoodie,
understand
just
why.
cursing nonstop.
Hello? Okay.
Oh, there you are. Okay, yeah, she's
Can
very
also-
excited.
Fume shoots a look to like either Grackle or Salome to another copper pipe that's like over their shoulder because that was the one that leads to the kitchen.
We have just opened them up.
We
There's
got
nobody
They're
else
all
in here
open.
right now.
Yeah, no, it's just
Okay,
us.
all the pipes are open. You.
That's another kink. I hate myself sometimes.
I hate all of you.
I hate
Um,
myself for loving you.
You should.
Sorry. Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, you take Nala off to the kitchens, and Will heads with y'all into the Unity Den. You all sit, and Will looks a bit uncomfortable. Like, again, employers are asking to sit down. This feels very formal, and kind of uncomfortably shifts in his seat and says, "Is everything all right?"
Oh, more than all right. Will, with your impending bon voyage, we're realizing how, well, frankly, indispensable that you've been. And we have a new potential business opportunity. And you were literally the first person we thought of. Outside of Grackle dressing up as a man, but that's beside the point. Would you be open to discussing it?
I'm sorry, I'm not really following. What does this have to do with me leaving?
Well, we hope that it would mean that you wouldn't have to. We have a line on a potential business venture with a night market. And we would need a very skilled manager of that establishment. This would come, of course, with a furnished or unfurnished, depending on what you would like, residence, and a much deserved pay rise. And, of course, one of the greatest benefits, you could stay here with Nala.
So, you're wanting me to join your crew?
No, not at all. Well, we understand that you are essentially a parent right now. And you need a legitimate occupation, something comfortable and safe for you and your sister. And we believe that this would be exactly that.
We'd like you to be able to stay in Duskwall with her. Work for Salome and the rest of us completely legitimately. Essentially as the manager of a new location of the jewelry box.
I've never really done anything like that before.
Well, you would be starting at the ground up, like the rest of us. So, of course, on-the-job training would be provided.
You do have an expert at your back.
There aren't people that are more qualified for something like this. This seems very generous, but
Well,
I'm not sure.
let me teach you a little thing about my, sounds so crass to say, management style.
Yeah,
I like
speak,
to
speak on that. Speak on that. No
like-
bad ideas at the round table. I literally can't stop myself.
I hate it. We'll circle back around to that. You did it. You did it first. You fucking did it first.
Circle back. I hate that shit.
I like to, when possible, surround myself not only with talented individuals, present company obviously included, but quite frankly, I like you, Will. And I'd like to keep good people around. And you're one of the best people we know.
We are, again, as silly as it sounds to say in this context, kind of like a family here. And if we have the ability to extend that, to continue to extend that to you and Nala, we'd like to.
I mean, sounds very nice. If I didn't have to leave, I'd obviously prefer that. So I can't really argue with that part. I think I just want to understand something. So you're starting this business, it would be another brothel in Night Market. I mean, I've heard good things about Night Market. Seems like a good area. Maybe better to raise Nolan than Silkshore.
Absolutely.
So this wouldn't be for the crew. This is just a business you're planning on opening.
Exactly. Perfectly legitimate franchise, if you will.
Just like the jewelry box. You
But
do
you
know
kinda
the
like-
jewelry box isn't like a front for drugs or anything, right? It's
No,
really just
we
a brothel.
legitimately just run a brothel here.
I do have to step in there. It is a front. to
Not
your
a
business. It's a no. It is
for
100% a
drugs.
front.
I said
No, for
I
drugs.
said it's not a front,
Front
for drugs.
They're on the menu.
No,
we sell
it's-
them openly.
No, it is a it's not a front for that because you do that legitimately. But
I would
it is-
argue when we got investments from both Lord Skurlock and literally the premier fucking Leviathan hunter in the city, that it became a legitimate business.
Well, I'm not saying it's not a legitimate business. It's a legitimate business that is a front for your criminal operation.
And we said it was a legitimate business that is not a front
I'm just
for
trying to
drugs.
say, I'm setting the context of whether or not you are lying to Will. It sounds like you are at this point. Not telling
No,
him the
I
full
am
truth.
not. I think you're just nitpicking my phrasing a little bit. Like the jewelry
Well, that's
box
what I
is
say,
not
he-
just like it's not just like a facade, and like it's a legitimate business that is now doing well enough
Our
based on
our-
our
It's
investments and
it's
everything
not a
that
Russian
we can
bar
use
with
Hold on a
one
second.
beer on tap that people stare at daggers at you when you walk into. It's not one of those fronts.
as far as expectations, as far as like what we are communicating to Will,
Mhm.
have we communicated that we are not going to use the charter hall location for like
The night
our
market
like
location.
Night market
illicit
location.
yeah, sorry, night market. The night market location for our illicit activities, like
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
trying to get at. Is that
because we are
like
definitely expanding it as a part of our turf.
Yes.
That turf is assumed to be a part of our
Yeah.
criminal business.
For game mechanics, just so I'm clear, because I want to make sure that we're connecting the lines between, because there will be consequences if this is the way the conversation goes. There may be consequences if that the way the conversation goes. I want to make sure that we're fully on the same term. Is that y'all are expanding this as your turf? You are fully having the intention of running. If this is going to be your hunting grounds, you're fully having the intention of using this as a base for your criminal operations in
Then let
night
us
market.
rephrase.
Yeah, I just want to make sure because
Will be running the front facing.
all I
Yeah,
was
he-
trying to say is that we're not asking Will to do crime.
Yes.
no, you're not asking
There
to
we
do
go.
crime,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
not. And that's just why I want to make sure that we're on the same page with that because it's
Yes. So let us rephrase then.
Yeah.
William, you are aware of what our business is in its totality. You will not in any way be asked to take part in the totality of our business. You will simply be asked to manage our brothel.
Look around. Nobody who works here is expected to do what we do. However, they are under our protection. The night market location will be held under the same standard of security.
I think what concerns me right now, I'm occasionally tending bar for you, and I was going to go after the bartender for any of the things that you'll do, and I really do appreciate all the kindness you've shown to Nola and I, but it does concern me if I'm putting myself out there as the manager of this business that someone might assume that I have a deeper connection here, and that might put Nola in danger. I mean, it doesn't consider if it was just me, I wouldn't have much of a problem with it, but I think I do. To be in such a public position for your business does concern me a bit, and I just want to make sure that that's been considered as part of this.
I'll counter you with this. Public position gives you some modicum of power. But a week ago, you were fully comfortable leaving Duskwall completely with Nala essentially under our protection.
I know you're good to your people.
But
And I
this
know
gives
you-
you more control over the situation. All the same benefits. And you're still here to be a part of that. She'll be in no more danger than she would be staying here with us while you're out Leviathan hunting.
And you, may I say, will be in far more significant safety, regardless of your associations.
I think we got the mortality rates for both occupations around here somewhere.
HR?
I put on my fake glasses.
I'll go ahead and let y'all do your role here. So
Can
we do a team
someone's
roll.
team
Yeah,
roll
this is
or
going to be a team roll.
Team.
Okay.
Team.
team?
So who's leading?
How are we doing on stress?
I have 0, so I can lead it. That's fine.
Okay.
And who's participating?
I will participate.
Should I participate? I'm doing a lot more talking than I normally
You're
do.
participating.
You
I think.
participating? Go for it.
All right.
Alright.
So it sounds like this is a sway roll.
Sure does. Can you push yourself on a sway? Or, excuse me. Can you
On a
push
team-
yourself on a
yeah.
team roll?
Yeah, you can push yourself on a team.
I think we decided you can push yourself, but you can't help other people because the team role is already you
Yes.
helping.
Kind of doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Talked
can
about
push
last time.
yourself, but you can't assist someone else because that would.
Makes sense.
Kind of defeats the purpose.
All right.
Otherwise, you all just assist each other, and it would just be this.
Yeah, we'd all
weird-
take
Yeah.
one stress and we'd all assist each other, and it would be awesome, but pretty broken.
What'd you get?
Beep in
I'm
chat
gonna-
says we should throw in free tacos on Taco Tuesdays.
Oh,
and I
hell
think
yeah.
That's a great argument.
No one can see this. I don't know why I'm even trying to do this. It's a 1 and a 6. So
Ooh, beautiful.
Good.
Love to see it.
Okay, hit it.
Should I roll first?
Grackle.
I'll hit it.
Oh no!
I'll
got
take
a
a stress. Okay, that's fine. I'll take a stress.
Very sorry.
That's okay.
We've already got a 6. I'm not gonna push myself.
Yeah.
God! Yeah!
So what is
two
what do
sixes.
what do 3 6s get us? Is that is that a little thing? A little thing? Is
I
that a little
guess
thing?
6 stunt points.
Oh
You,
yeah, I do.
I'm holding on to those. I'm gonna tell Ceta that on Monday.
My 1 as a contribution, talking about mortality rate sounds an
Yeah.
awful lot like a threat.
I really
It
love
does.
that actually.
That was great. That was great.
Yeah, and then Salome stresses out at that, like, shut up, Grackle.
I've got this. Don't worry. So
No.
and
that
then
is
Glass-
because we have multiple 6s. We have a critical.
You do have a critical
Yes.
success. So
Maybe Grackle tries to do a backflip, but her hat falls off.
There you go. That's what it is. And that's what stresses me out is because you're gonna hurt yourself. So
Then Glass gets to wear the hat.
he Will thinks on that for a long bit, and as you talk about that, and he says that to the last point that you made about the mortality rates and everything. He says, I've never really considered my own safety. I just wanted Nala to be to have the best life that she could. But
and I think that the best life that she can have is one where her doting older brother is around for as long as possible and comfortable.
And she can learn so much. I pitched this to Salome earlier, but when she's old enough, if she wants to work, it's always cleaning to be done. Ton of laundry. Fume, we could teach her how to cook. She could learn to tend bar.
I can teach her to shoot.
Shut up. Maybe once she's an adult.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
I'm
a
just
bad
saying, whatever.
It's.
I'm just saying, I learned to shoot when I was her age.
It's not a bad idea for her to be able to protect herself. But there's so much she can learn from all of us, and with you at the helm, so to speak.
as you finish that, and he's thinking about it, it seems to
Did
be
you like my boat joke?
he's it seems to be hitting in sinking in. The door to the room flies open as Nala, who could hear from the kitchen, based on what y'all, because y'all had set that up, right? That was the intention, so she could
Oh,
hear
yeah.
the
Yeah.
conversation. I imagine Fume like running behind. She just bolted out of the kitchen, hearing this. Comes in, she like wraps her arms around Will. See next to him, and she says, "Will, do it, please do it. I don't want you to leave, please."
That's where the 666
that's
came
the-
from.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
the
that's
hug
the
of a
nuance.
child.
Exactly.
And she says, "You can stay, and then we can. I can help out. I promise. I'll be so good. I'll do everything you say."
We might even have the chance, Nala, and I know this sounds wild, to take your brother shopping for some new clothes.
Will kind of looks a bit confused as she comes in, and kind of looks to you. There's a moment where it's like, "I'll tell her about this beforehand." You can see a little bit frustrated, and then looks over and sees like the
Oh, I was
open.
fully gonna let him blame her ghost powers.
Yeah, she might have overheard it anyway.
She already said
but,
she could hear shit.
I think he sighs. Everything kind of the totality of everything sinking in, says, all right. Okay. Sure. Let's do this.
Wonderful.
As long as I'm making enough to continue to support Nala, that's all I need.
Will, and more. Truly.
I imagine Glass is already like sort of drawn up because now I'm just the HR thing has become not a joke now,
Yeah.
and it's just a thing. So I imagine we're drawn up some kind of like offer
Contract.
letter,
Oh, yeah.
Fume is setting the table.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I can take the offer letter when he says, like something to keep her comfortable, and I can be like, and then some.
Push it across the table dramatically.
Grackle
he-
whistles and calls in another Grackle.
2. There has to be 2.
You want two?
1 for Nala,
Okay.
1 for Will.
All right, Mufasa and
It's
Sarabi.
part of it's part of their union.
How
so
long have you been sitting on that?
Literally 2 seconds. I was just going like, do I go with Mufasa or Sarabi?
Both is good.
Both.
Seems a little on the nose.
my
Oh
Both.
God!
both.
You said it with the confidence of somebody who's been planning that bit for a week.
For years.
Will begins to go over the contracts and like you discuss more of the business stuff, the business end of like what's going to be expected and all that. What I'm going to have y'all do here as part of this, with the critical success, the way I'm going to arbitrate this is I was going to do a luck roll to determine how much coin y'all are spending to like compensate Will for everything and like so that he has enough to get by until the business is up and running.
This role is where we find out Will is like an ace Leviathan hunter and like he's highly sought after, so his like premium
Yeah.
is ginormous.
Great news,
No.
guys. The
He
vault
reaches
is
out to
full.
sign the contract, and you see the hash marks of the 40 Leviathans.
Like,
that he's
he's
Oh my
killed.
god.
God damn! Oh, there's more on my chest, and he just pulls it out.
If
Killing
you've
men
ever
didn't
seen-
do
Are you-
it for me anymore.
Are you fucking Killmonger? Jesus!
If you ever see Enter the Badlands, there's a scene where I think Donnie Chen has his shirt off and his back is just etched with tally marks, and I'm just like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
Will.
So I was just gonna do a fortune roll and roll a d6, and that was how much coin it was gonna cost. I'm instead gonna roll 2d6, and we'll take the lower of those two.
Okay.
Sweet.
Okay, so 2.
Duh.
So
Love to see it.
I'll just
2
pull that out of the
coin
vault.
from the vault.
Done.
Yeah. And all right, you have successfully negotiated and gotten Will on board for this.
Oh, I'm
this
so
plan.
happy.
Me too. We did a good deed, y'all.
Uh,
So good. Oh God. That's insane. Sorry. I just put something in the crimes chat of just someone covered in hash marks. It's kind of incredible.
Yeah, that's.
That's Will.
Yeah, I remember. I watched like the first season of that was Enter the Badlands. Is what you were talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah. I suddenly remember that.
That is an inefficient way to have those tattoos done.
100%.
Rude.
But it looks cool.
It looks
Look how
really cool
big-
though.
Yeah, look how big some of those hashes are.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just incredibly inefficient.
But you have to realize this is a finished piece, so he's had to
Yeah.
had killed all those people before and then
And it's
counted.
just like,
and
all
said,
right.
It's just like keeping.
I
it
hit
real,
100,
and he
let's just
finally
go
was like,
ahead
let's
and-
do it. Let's
Yeah.
pull the trigger.
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's like
I'm not
final
planning on
product,
having
you
any
know.
more.
You know, this look. No. This looks like it's a 1 even on the left. I'm gonna just pop out, kill 2 more people, and then we'll be good.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm about to make a kid Batman.
Yeah. Crime Alley. Let's do it.
with that, we're gonna go ahead and take our break here because there's no momentum that we can possibly get going into the job yet.
It's
So
because chat needs a break from us.
Yeah,
true.
it's
we
really
need a break
true.
from last week.
Yeah, let's reset and then we can like come back with our blinders on. Let's do this.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching this this session, I guess. We'll be back in a few minutes to continue our game. In the meantime, we're going to take a break. Recommend you do the same, drink some water, stretch, all that good stuff. And join us for the rest of our stream. We'll be back here in a few minutes. Until then, stay tuned. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took our break. We're going to go ahead and jump right back in. So, you have successfully gotten Will on board for this job that you're about to do. Your plot to snatch up a piece of night market for yourself, establish your new hunting grounds, and get closer to the Baron's operation. I imagine that's like somewhere on the list. I don't think we've explicitly said, but I guess for score planning, is there any other gather information anyone wants to do?
I could survey the area. I feel like I would. I want to just like get boots on the ground and like see what, like look out for like, you know, see what the blue coat occupation looks like out here. See if there's any like rabble rousers, you know, anything to look out for. Just, you know, getting a general look at like on the street.
Yeah, I mean, we could roll this forward even into if you do well enough, like finding a location. Like
sure.
which one, what the target of your job is going to be, because we should probably do that and then start figuring out what y'all's plan is to get this done. So I think that's perfect. So you're rolling survey?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's my plan.
Push yourself, or
It's just a risky standard, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'll push myself. I want this to go well.
Okay.
Rolling. What? That's a 6, baby.
That is a 6. Y'all are on fire.
Just
except-
wait till we have the engagement roll.
Well, during the job, Fume is going to roll incredibly well, and everyone else is going to roll terribly.
Yep.
It's just going
probably.
to invert.
That's how
I'll
it
get my second
goes.
trauma.
Hey!
So, 6. You survey the area. So you head into night market, kind of scope things out. Y'all have been to night market before, and I did a little description then, but I'll go over it now. The night market is a very affluent area, not to the same extent as the like northern districts of Dustfall, like Brightstone or White Crown. But as we've talked about before, this is more of a like a new class of like elites of people, wealthy people who are not of noble descent, but have been able to claim land, status, power without titles. And the amount of like commerce and industry that happens in night market just makes it grow, so that night market has become a competitor for even the wealthiest districts in Dustfall. The district itself, unlike Silkshore, doesn't have a lot of canals running through it. There are some waterways that run through the city, but run through the district. But most of it is more of like traditional like manufactured neighborhoods, buildings. There are some factories, but as well as like more residential areas. There are these like beautiful like townhomes and estates that have been built within the some of the eastern districts of the city that have long since like destroyed pretty much, whereas most of Dustfall has like a lot of like antiquity and history to it. Night Market is very much destroy the old, build the new. There's not a lot of nostalgia in this district. But at the same time, it has been built out so it's more technologically advanced than the rest of the city. There are electric lights in bright colors that run throughout the entire district. There are many. The common sight as you're walking through most of like the commercial areas of Night Market are these stalls and vendors that are hawking their wares on the street to pedestrians between a lot of these like factories and larger kind of stone buildings. But there are a lot of establishments that are actually like underground stone shops. So you go down like stairwells to the entrance, and everything is kind of like subterranean, just to kind of like build up as much space as possible, like multi-level businesses, and as much industry as you can possibly pack into one area. The above the streets, there are multi-level wooden platforms, boardwalks. You see landscaped parks with petrified trees from the Deathlands that have been brought into this district and like decorated with bright lights. So it's a little less jarring it's jarring in its own way, whereas if you're in like White Crown or Brightstone, there is that like huge like financial disparity between the people that live there and the rest of the city. Here there isn't so much of that like classism, like separation, but there is definitely that jarring nature of just things being so different here than they are in the rest of the city. So you head kind of meandering your way through the streets. Obviously, like the signs of picking up on like the changes and what's going on here are subtle, because it's not like there wasn't some catastrophe that took over places. There aren't like barricades and people like set up in, there isn't like a visible difference to the kind of shakeup that's happened recently. But and with the survey and with your prior gather information rolls, kind of the areas that the Wraiths had operated out of. And you head to some of the more, I guess the closer like red light districts of Night Market, scoping out a good spot for your business. And what you do notice as you're surveying the area is that there are a lot of blue coat patrols through here. And I think that's the biggest takeaway that's like, okay, something's going on here. Just a heavier presence than there is in the rest of the city. You see a couple of buildings, and you've seen them throughout, maybe in locations that weren't really ideal for y'all, or like with buildings that wouldn't, like vendor stalls and manufactured kind of platforms and stuff for business that wouldn't really fit for a brothel. You're kind of looking for one of these like underground buildings, something a little more private that would fit your clientele. And as you head into this district, you see, like I said, more blue coats heading through. There are a couple of buildings where you can see a couple of these stores where you can see the blue coats like posted outside. A couple of them have been like shuttered, and you can see businesses that have closed. And even some of them, even at this point, you've seen like large wagons out front, or like carriages out front, and they're like unloading like furniture and stuff into these buildings, like people that are already moving into some of these businesses that have been ousted. You catch some that are in the process of like shutting their doors, where they're like closing their business, removing their stock, like loading up everything into a carriage and getting out of Dodge. Some that the blue coats seem to be taking the what's the word I'm looking for? All that's coming to mind is eminent domain, and that's not what I'm looking for. But blue coats that are taking the like loading up the stuff from the shop into larger wagons and sort of clearing out the buildings. But a lot of the shops and the storefronts here are still operational. They're many of this can impact every business by far, and in fact, there one business that you know of that is kind of at the center of this district. It is like the place to be in Night Market. Is the Vale. It is a social club that is a is known. I think most of you would probably know. It's a very like luxurious, high end, like caters to like the most select clientele. That is known for like its confidentiality and its permissive policies regarding guests of arcane or unusual origins. There are it's a place where people who might not fit in with upper crust society of Dustfall can find a place to like spend their wealth, especially if they've been successful and are successful entrepreneurs within the city. And then a place where the people that would fit in with that upper crust can come down and kind of get to experience a different side of Dustfall, something that's outside of the ordinary for their very prim and proper lives. The Vale kind of caters to all types and creates a very exclusive experience because of that. That is definitely a business that has not been impacted. They seem to be running just fine. There are some blue coats outside, just keeping an eye out as the patrols in this area as well. And you do catch, amidst these patrols, small, like usually like in pairs that are patrolling the city or patrolling the districts, pairs of iron coats that are patrolling the streets. Anything else you'd like to know?
Oh, I wanted to point out that every time we're out of earshots of an iron coat patrol, you just hear Fume muttering something under his breath, like, inelegant, stupid looking.
Your phrase is stupid.
Over
Minimalism is the death of beauty.
What is word about the Baron in the area?
Ooh, okay. Word about the Baron. So I have to imagine Grackle takes a maybe at a distance, but gets a glance at the DIS facility. I assume so. Do you get close enough to kind of like scope out the factory?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I imagine not when you get anywhere close enough that someone might recognize you or might get picked up on a surveillance hole or something. But the as you're kind of heading through and maybe like listening in on conversations, people talking about it, people seem very excited. People, especially in Night Market, are incredibly like there's an energy to the Baron's presence and what is happening with Dis in this area. People feeling safer, the Iron Coat patrols not being corrupted like the Blue Coats are. Like, you know, people, the Blue Coats have a reputation of like, you know, though they are the city watch, like with any police force, there's a lot of other shit that makes people not trust them. So, but the Iron Coats are automatons. Like, they're not going to take bribes. They're not going to attack innocent people. Like, they're only going to go after criminals. So people are very supportive of that, and people are, and then especially with the spectral transfer registry, like the people have a sense of security here. You actually, as you're like walking through, you haven't seen a lot of this around the city, but you see somebody as you're kind of coming around a corner. It's like a group of people having a conversation, and one of them is standing among them. You can see very clearly, like, looks human at first, and then you see like very clear, like mechanical element, like the skin doesn't fully cut. It's like very decorative in design. You imagine like I'm kind of like, not to mix our kind of source material here, but very kind of like cyberpunk, like cybernetic, where you can see some of the like
the paneling lines,
like the
essentially.
paneling, and you can see some of like the gears underneath. Like somebody who has designed this is very nice. Like you see like designed like had like gold plating and stuff in it. This is based on the company they're keeping. You're gathering this is somebody who's probably pretty loaded.
Right.
But is clearly has utilized this service and is now in the brand new body. Looks mostly human, but with obviously some differences. And you see a couple people like that. Again, it's
And also clearly not trying to hide it. Like it's very much it's like a status symbol.
Exactly. Because there is an overwhelming amount of support here. You see almost no presence of the church in this district, and in fact, because of that, you also see a lot of people that are like worshiping like the forgotten gods and like other like that sort of worship is much more commonplace here, just because the church has been kind of ousted from night market. But you said, as you're going around, probably much to Grackle's dismay and probably aggravating, there's a lot of public support for the Baron here. You especially like in comparison, like complaining about city council, complaining about the Lord Governor and all that, but the Baron, he knows what he's doing.
Okay, great.
This is giving me big Gortash vibes. Big old Gortash vibes, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Everybody loves a bad boy.
I need to give the Baron a new hairstyle, please.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah.
He's going to come out dressed like a Final Fantasy character. Again, exact same character model, but has just a statement of a coat and
his entire outfit underneath his belts.
and lots of belts and boy band. He's got like a toupee that's just boy band hair.
More
100%.
More rings than he has fingers.
Yep.
Incredible.
You can't make the Baron hot. You've got to stop.
No, he can't be
will clearly
hot.
be like an old man wearing it. He's not going to be hot.
Oh no! Okay, that's a completely different
Again,
dynamic.
it's definitely going to be because it's going to be Gortash. The character model was clearly made for like an older gentleman, but they just made him look like he's cosplaying Cloud Strife.
Incredible.
Oh no!
Or no, Nautilus. No, who's the one from Final Fantasy 15?
Noctis.
Noctis, that's it. Noctis. Cosplaying Noctis.
So he has shorts. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I guess I just have one more question.
Yes.
Where are we dropping, boys? Like,
Tilted
where's the best?
Towers.
Yeah, where's the best place for us to set up?
Now I need to do a Fortnite crossover. Y'all dropping into Dustfall and just Battle Royale style.
No, that's the Thief Olympics.
That's the Thief Olympics.
Hey!
Yeah. Everybody parachutes in.
Where
and
we heisting boys.
They've made an entire replica of Dustfall somewhere else on the continent, and everyone gets dropped in. Yeah, that's a good. So gather information there. If there's no other information you necessarily need, then we should start planning y'all's job. Because that'll probably depend on we gotta figure out y'all's approach and everything. So let's chat about y'all's score.
Okay.
So, approach: assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, or transport.
This feels like either because we're not taking it by force.
I think it's either social or deception.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna tell them we're gonna be using this for illicit like crimes
No.
and stuff, but
Right. But like clearly the challenge here is social because they're trying to keep a certain kind of people out.
Yeah.
Then is it deception? Like, are we trying to like pitch ourselves as someone other than who
We're
we
talking
are?
to the homeowners association of the night market.
That is our big bad. Is the HOA. Oh
Despite us
damn.
shaking hands with the Baron, we gotta take them down first.
That's how we do it. That's how we get on the Baron's good side. We
on the
take down the
HOA
HOA together. Oh no. Oh. Okay, let me look at social. Between social
Yeah, I think it's between social and deception.
and
question mark?
deception.
I don't know. Do you guys want to swing this occult?
Negotiate, bargain, or persuade.
Hey, I'll try. Put me in,
Versus
coach.
lure, trick. I guess this is a social. I think we're
It
really
sounds-
manipulating
social.
here.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm muted. I'll say social. If y'all are coming in like, hi, we're the jewelry box, and we're looking to expand, create another location here, and trying to do it that way. That's definitely a social. If y'all are coming in to be like, hi, I'm Big Bert of Big Bert's Emporium. We'd like to buy this place under a false name.
Okay.
And then do some-
No, because our thoughts are like we can up our game with our associations with Wood Skurlock. We can up our game with our associations
yeah.
with the captain. Like
We're
this
playing it
sounds
straight.
Yeah.
This sounds like we're playing the game. Yeah,
Leveraging. We're not.
Yeah.
Playing it straight. Yep.
yeah.
Okay. So social sounds good then. So
leveraging. Last time we said we were gonna do a social one.
Here we go.
Okay, but for real this time.
for real this time. Well, y'all did successfully did so. Didn't y'all did social when you got
The party.
Well, we had the party. The
We had the
party was
party.
social.
and that was a successful social mission.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
there was a little bit of murder in there, or attempted murder.
Yeah,
in there at
just a
some point.
little.
In my defense, that was unrelated to the party.
That was.
We were provoked.
Yes. Also, he deserves to be Sparta kicked into the river. Like that was fully deserved.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
running
Yeah,
his mouth.
And that
Yeah.
wasn't a murder.
No,
No,
he
it wasn't.
survived.
Oh,
He
that
comically
roll, fortune roll
climbed
for
out
that.
the other end. It was great.
God, if he shows up and tries to make himself a problem in this
Yeah, he survived.
job.
Then
I
he's
don't
gonna
know.
die.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll survive this job if he
Yeah.
shows up.
Do a fortune roll to see if he lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Okay. So
Catches
social.
a horrible disease from the canal.
Makes sense, actually.
We call it hagfish fever.
Symptoms
got-
include being
he's got-
eaten by hagfishes.
Fish disease. Fish. I'm trying to make
Fish
it,
dysentery?
I'm trying to make it sound like fish.
Dysentery! Yes!
Dysentery's better, though. I was trying to do a fifth's disease thing, but
Yeah.
Oh.
fish and terry's way funnier.
Fish and Terry's good.
That.
He's got the fish and terry.
So, social, negotiate, bargain, or persuade. Detail is the social connection. So, what's the social connection y'all are using? We've knocked around a couple.
Who's been typing in
Who's
the box?
typing in that?
I didn't think that was gonna be every scene.
Who's in the,
Wait.
Were you just amusing yourself by writing "Not all pee-pee time is poo-poo time"
in the box?
in the box?
We all saw it.
Everyone saw it, RJ.
Yeah,
We all saw it.
Let's put the game on hold, RJ.
RJ.
The hidden detail is not hidden from the players.
No. No, we can all see it.
It's not
I was-
Fume's hidden detail.
I was really hoping that y'all wouldn't see it, but it would still go through on the roll.
I
No, it was just-
see.
Right.
I see.
Oh.
But now that I know,
I will continue
Wait
to
until-
do so.
Wait until I type something that pretty much fills that bar, and then you just add to the end of it.
There you go. That's the method.
We're gonna be doing pranks.
So what is the who's your social connection for this? How are you getting your foot in the door?
I guess we go with Lord. What's it, Captain Pan?
Captain Pansia?
Yeah,
Because he
it's-
already has
Pansia.
like a good Baron connection there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a good
Yeah,
S
he has-
connection.
He has connections with the Baron, and who is a well-respected figure within Night Market and across the city.
Like we mentioned before, we're generating money for him. We have enough to start another business.
Which is more money.
Mm-hmm.
This is a
Okay.
win-win for the captain.
So we'll go with Captain Panzio.
Oh my god, okay. So that's what that looks like.
Oh, you saw the typing?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That is established. We have the detail. We already know you take your other information. Item loadouts.
Light.
Yeah, we get our bonus 2 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If I go with standard, could I pass as a bodyguard?
Yeah,
I think that's what I'm doing.
I think that's fine.
That makes sense. We're very
think, like,
important people.
Yeah, I mean the trade-off is there is that you're going in like I'm definitely here to work. Like I'm not here as like a socialite or whatever.
Right.
So, and then if you start getting up to shit, people are obviously they know you're geared up. So yeah, I think that's fair. So yeah, you can go with standard. Let's talk about our engagement roll.
Okay.
All right, we start with 1 die for sheer luck. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
How bold is trying to start a business?
Right under the nose of the fucking Baron?
In this economy?
In this economy? It's huge! Duskfall is this economy. Capital T, capital E.
Duskfall runs on
Okay,
blood.
you make a strong argument.
I'm punchy today, y'all. I apologize.
I honestly could see that going. I think it's on the cusp of whether you'd call this bold or daring.
I think it's really I think what tips it over the edge, if I may, is that we are utilizing the right hand of the fucking Baron to do it under his nose.
Oh yeah, using with Captain Pansy. I think that does that could tip it that way. I was also thinking because it's night market. Y'all didn't go for Silkshore. You went for the harder play here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Literally the other side of town.
Yeah, literally as far away from your current home base as you possibly could be. Yeah, I'll take the die for that. So 1 die, so we're at 2. Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors? I don't really think so.
Think so?
Pretty
No.
simple.
Yeah. Get a license.
Yeah.
Get a
Yeah.
work permit.
Daring.
This
But
may be
simple.
our shortest
Yes.
job ever. You walk in, make a check, they say, sure, here, sign the papers. And
And then everything blows up.
Does this plan detail explosive vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? I guess how do we outline the target here? The target for this is really like the district itself.
Yeah.
But I am kind of putting that through the lens as like the Blue Coats operation here is to keep criminals from buying up this this territory, to keep another criminal group from coming in and like claiming this turf as their own. So does this expose a vulnerability? I don't really think so. I think they are specifically ready for this situation. Y'all are you're coming at them exactly how they're expecting you to, and gonna leverage your social skills and everything to pass yourselves off as being legitimate. If y'all have a pitch otherwise, if you'd like to make a counter argument there, I'd like to hear it, but that's kind of my thought on that.
No, I can see it.
Yeah, I have none. that sounds about right.
Makes sense.
The only thing I can do, well, no, that's a detraction. Continue.
I'm gonna keep that one inside. That's an inside voice.
Is the target strongest against approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations? Even though I just said like they're prepared, I don't know if they're strongest against the approach. They're just ready for it. I'm not gonna like double negative y'all on this and say you don't get the die and then there's something else. I'd say if y'all had come in and you're like, all right, we're moving in and we're gonna like, guns blazing, we're just gonna kill every blue coat in this place and take this as ours.
So they're resisting. It doesn't mean that they're good at it. Like,
Exactly.
they're ready for us. It doesn't mean that they're like competent.
Yeah.
Because this area was literally just run by criminals. Like this is the first foray into
They can
trying
try to
take
stop
this.
us. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean that they will.
Exactly.
Just like
can
me
I-
in swimming.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid
hell
or
yes.
insight?
Yes.
Definitely.
Skurlock, Pansia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
got it.
Jaren.
So perfect. We'll go with that. Are any enemies or rivals interfering with this operation? Absolutely. So we're gonna take away that die.
Always all the time.
I say specifically because y'all are going with Captain Pansia. There's probably going to be some interference running here. Are there any other elements you want to consider? I don't really think there's anything with like higher tier. I'm not going to give you all the penalty for that. So yeah, we'll go with 2, and then you get the additional one for Salome, right?
Yep. So
Okay.
3.
All right, 3 dice. I've had worse odds.
Yeah. We've also had better odds and completely fucked it up. So there's
know
that
what?
too.
That's true. All right, 3 dice. Fortune. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, buddy.
That's
The
a
6, baby.
We brought all of our documents in triplicate. We're ready.
Okay. Where do we start this?
Do you have references? Well, yes, actually, we do.
Several, in fact. In fact, one of them's right here. Hello, Captain.
Fume just
I don't know
slides
why I just like this Salome became a Karen, but she did. Hello.
That is the face to put on for this situation, I think. Oh, hello, HOA. That's so great.
Okay. You're in a controlled position when the action starts. Glass, Salome, Fume, with Grackle as bodyguard. So 3 of you are kind of coming in as like owners, managers, like people involved in the business. And Grackle
I hope to
is...
God everyone's in suits with glasses and shit.
Oh, please, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's dressed to the nines.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wearing a blazer and jeans. No.
I can see it.
Business casual.
Full navy, like, day dress with the Victorian equivalent of a matching blazer and fascinator, like, just to the fucking nines. But subdued and businesslike.
Fume's dressed like a butler.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Love that. Grackle's in like a pinstriped. What was the movie that we kept on referencing for these 3-piece suits? It was a while ago. It's got like tailcoats and shit.
Okay.
And she's
Love
also
it.
going to wear her reading glasses.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
To show that time has passed.
You are currently... We're going to lean into the real estate side of this. The 4 of you are currently standing in the like main room of one of these underground former shops. It looks like this business used to be some sort of, so, maybe a bar, maybe a restaurant. Most of everything's been cleared out now, but it has the fixtures and everything available, and like the layout.
Good bones. It's got good bones.
Yeah. Again, underground. It's got so it also like stonework, masonry, some like supports. There's some like infrastructural supports with like wood beams and columns and stuff inside. It's all lit. There's no windows. It's all lit with the electroplasmic lighting that runs through here, which is currently running, giving the place a very open feel. There's some back rooms as well, offices, stuff. It probably would take a little bit of work to get, the kind of specific build like layout that you would need for a brothel, but it's got a lot of what a good place to start. You are currently being led into this place by a young man with he's probably like in his late 20s, early 30s, slicked back hair. He's got dressed very nice in a suit.
His name is Glenn.
No, that's my dad's name. I'm not doing that.
It's
he is a real estate agent. I'm not doing
He
that.
does work in real estate.
I'm not making my dad an NPC in this game again. I refuse.
Not again.
I already
Not
did
again.
that. I already did that in last season. It's not happening.
You also did that as you made him like a roly-poly robot at one point. Like,
Oh, that was in Neon Souls, wasn't
Yes,
it?
Oh my god, I
was.
forgot about that.
Oh my god.
Yes,
that's
it
so
was.
Like, I don't
was.
remember Glenn.
no, that was
No, that
was
wasn't
Neon
last
Souls.
season. That was Neon Souls.
That was Neon Souls.
Jeez.
Yep.
Oh,
Incredible.
flashback. No, this is Chaz.
So much better. So much
Really?
better.
You think Chaz works in real estate?
It's CHA apostrophe AZZ.
Chaz.
Chaz.
He's Taikarosi. You see like a little like kind of like the like it's kind of like a little bit of like almost like horns kind of growing out of the top of his like near the crown of his skull, and he is walking through. He says, "So this place is perfect. The prior residents had tenants had to move out, forego their lease. Currently in foreclosure. We're trying to get somebody moved in as quickly as possible. I've gone over your paperwork, but take a look around, see if you like the place, and we'll talk business afterwards."
Wonderful. Oh, thank you so much. Does the kitchen area, is it fully fitted? It looks as if it is.
I believe so. There was a bit of an incident with some of the equipment in there. Is probably need to be replaced, but the rest of it, top of the line, all the hookups for all the fixtures that you might need.
I
can
am
do-
taking notes. So I'm saying, so we're definitely going to look out for fire damage or smoke damage at the very least.
Yes, absolutely.
Lady
Alright.
Salome, would you like me to take a look at the equipment to see if it's salvageable?
Absolutely, please.
Walks off into the kitchen.
Wonderful. While they're looking over some of the equipment, do you mind showing me the office areas? I just want to make sure that the specifications would work for us.
Oh, that means it's back this way. Leads you back that direction. There's
Oh, Vicious, we know what we're doing. This is not our first rodeo. Like,
exactly.
We know what we're looking for.
And you can see he is putting on all the stops, very familiar with the place, showing you around, takes you to the back. You can see there's kind of a full office space back here. It looks like there is some sort of walk down to some kind of like basement storage area underneath, like a further like subterranean level underneath this.
this is very random. Could I do a survey in that basement area? I'm sorry, my neighbor is watching out for dogs, and that dog is going crazy on a toy right
Sounds
now.
like somebody's sawing. I was like,
I was gonna say.
No, it is a foster pitty, and he likes to just roll around this very specific toy,
Well,
and you
that's
can hear it. Yeah, you can hear it directly above my office. So I apologize.
Kitty.
He is a pitty. No. I believe his name is Horace. Actually, it's like some very old man name.
Oh, I
And
see.
he's the cutest. No, but
You're
he's a foster pitty, and he's adorable. But
well,
he
that's
really
okay.
likes that
He gets a
toy.
pass.
Yeah, okay. I think Horace has stopped. Okay. I would like to do a survey
Sure.
in the basement area.
Sorry, Horace on parade. Okay.
Horace on parade!
Full
Anyway.
circle.
Full circle.
All right, yeah. Do a survey. We'll do controlled standard.
Okay. It's a 5. Like success.
Okay, 5. I took a bite of food because I thought the roll would take longer.
Oh, no.
I don't know what I was thinking. You ask Jazz to take you down into the basement.
Chaz. It sounds like you're saying it in like a valley accent, but that's just how it's pronounced. Chaz.
Oh my god, that's my best friend, Cha.
Chaz.
Jazz.
She's vaping in the middle of the name.
Yeah.
The apostrophe indicates vocal fricative.
The apostrophe indicates there's more than one.
Oh my god. Elves need to be valley girls now.
Yeah, they do.
They're the apostrophe.
Oh my god, it's my best friend Tarandiel.
Oh my god, Pathpantha.
Hey, Cindy. There's definitely just one named Cindy.
Okay.
Cindy, but her name, she has like 4 names and they're all like 17 letters long. We just call her Cindy.
What is happening?
It's an energy today, you know, and we have a real, I don't know. I'm on medication today. It's a thing.
Fume is checking the equipment. I am watching the door. You guys are going to the offices.
I am checking the basement, basically because if this was at some point run by an organization like the Wraiths, I'm looking for cool shit that they might have left behind, basically.
Yeah. You head down into the basement. It looks like Chaz has to unlock the door for you. I tried to say it as subtle as possible that time. I'm sorry.
You can't call him Chaz anymore.
No, it has to go.
No, I'm committing to it. He has to unlock
Fine, then
the
his
door to
last
get
name
down.
is Finster, as was stated in the crimes chat.
Perfect. You're led down to the basement. It is everything's been like cleared out of here. It's just big open space. And you can see it probably was used for some sort of like storage before. You catch there's kind of like a musty smell down here. And Chaz tells you that that there was like some prior. He says, so there was some prior water damage or something down here. The owners tried to clean it up. Obviously, that's been considered in with the price for purchasing. Probably needs a little bit of work down here, but still a good open space. If you have anything you need to get out of the way. You take a second to kind of survey and kind of get an idea.
I think she's brought like we're going full like renter here of just like like a measurement tape. Like that a seamstress might have to like we going in there like as if to get dimensions, but really kind of like looking in and inspecting shit.
What you gather from this is the dimensions of this basement do not line up with the dimensions upstairs. With a mixed success, though, I'm saying you don't find it. Like there definitely could be some sort of secret entrance down here, but you don't find where that might be or where that entrance is. So,
but something to put on the list.
Yeah, you do confirm something is a little suspicious down here.
Okay.
So Salome's down there doing that. Is anybody doing anything upstairs currently, or just kind of waiting?
I'll check the perimeter, make sure that I like looking for likewise for secret entrances, doors where there shouldn't be, dimensions of the. Are we at the House of Leaves? What's going on?
Okay. Do you also want to do a survey?
Yeah. I mean, like, from Grackle's perspective, she's mostly trying to see, like, how defensible this area is.
Oh, sure.
Like,
yeah.
Where we would need to account for security.
Yeah. Go and do that.
Action. Character. Grackle. Survey. Is over here. Risky standard?
We'll go controlled.
Controlled. A mixed success with a 5.
I'm gonna say with a 5. So a couple of things. As far as like defensively, like are there any other accesses or anything to this area or to this building? The main entrance coming off the street that, comes down the stairs to the doors of the former tavern, future brothel, is the main entrance and the only obvious entrance into here. No windows, no other exits, which is both, I'd say, for your purposes, like good and bad. Maybe leaning more towards bad, but could be dealt with. Like, you don't have to worry about anybody sneaking in the back. But you don't have a clear way to leave if you needed to avoid using the front door. So, and it's stone, no risk of, or minimal risk of the place burning to the ground, or somebody, some sort of, somebody forcing their way in.
It could potentially be very good, actually.
Yeah.
If there's only one obvious entrance and exit, then if we put in another exit, then only we know about it.
I'll say with a mixed success, the trade-off that I'll give you here is that you think it crosses your mind that if the Wraiths were using this, and you don't know like what they were using this place for, if this was just a business that was like patronized by the Wraiths, but if they were using this place for any sort of operation, it would be odd if they didn't have some other means of getting out of here. So kind of similar to Salome, there's probably more to this place than meets the eye if they were using it for something like that. But like you were saying, it's very secure, defensible, out of the way, nobody looking in windows, like nobody be able to listen at the walls or the windows or anything. There's you could have a lot of privacy in some of these rooms. So that's what you get from the big success.
Nice.
Fume and Glass, anything the two of you are doing?
Honestly, yeah, I had the same idea as Sid and Salome. Fume's taking a look for anything left behind by the Wraiths or whoever owned this place. Levers, like secret doors.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna say you can do that. What do you want to roll?
It would. I'm gonna push myself to activate my Rook's Gambit.
Okay.
And use Tinker.
Okay.
And instead, it's a Fume underneath his coat pulls out the that spectrometer that he built a while ago to detect electroplasmic energies, and he's just walking around with headphones on, dowsing rod style.
Okay. You can definitely do that. I am going to say this time it is going to be risky because essentially y'all are doing the same thing. So there's higher risk of like somebody being like, what are they doing?
What are they doing in there?
Yeah.
What are they doing in there?
Okay. Here we go. 3!
Fume!
Oh my god.
You just rolled 4 dice!
You rolled 4 dice and got a 3.
Holy shit, dude.
Fume!
Something's gotta go wrong. We actually did really well here.
How am I going to hurt you with a 3?
How do I hurt you?
Let me count the ways.
It explodes and Fume fucking die.
Jesus Christ!
I'm not going to lie. First thing I thought about was device exploding. No, this is what I'm gonna do instead. So you are kind of doing a once around like the perimeter, kind of going to the walls, like using this device. You're out in the main room, kind of going along the walls. And before you have a chance to put it away, the door opens to the front doors swing open. Somebody coming in off the street, and you see 2 blue coats along with a rather well-dressed, very official-looking gentleman with probably like late 30s, early 40s. Has long black hair that's in a ponytail, glasses. He is currently like kind of mid conversation as the three of them come in and notice you and saying, yes, I just want to give the place once around before he arrives. Oh. And the two blue coats see you. This person sees you as well. And you see one of the blue coats steps forward, looking kind of wary of you in this moment, and says, I'm sorry, sir, this building is currently closed.
Oh, sorry, we were in for an open house.
I was about to say the same thing to you. Grackle says, and she walks up next to Fume, and she kind of puts her hand over her holster.
No.
He looks over at Grackle and then looks back at you, again, very tense. The man that he's with is kind of like stepped back, like not when you're in the middle of any of this, very suspicious of everything. The blue coat is talking to you, looks at the device you're holding and says, what's that?
Checks for gas.
Why would there be gas in here?
That's why I'm checking for it.
I'm gonna need you to make a roll for me.
I'm rolling
Get his
sway,
ass.
baby.
Get his idiot ass.
There's a full kitchen back there, y'all. Like,
guy doesn't
come
know.
on.
I'm gonna assist.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Fume's, or not Fume. Grackle's doing a lot of goddamn social stuff today.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of her.
Me
Proud
too.
of her. I'm gonna push myself.
She's
here
really
as well.
working hard.
She has
Show me what you're
anxiety.
Alright. I will defeat this man with logic.
Please do.
You got 4 dice again.
4 makes success.
You got one better than last time.
You rolled 3 twos.
3 2s and a 4.
Jesus.
Oh my god. There are those bad rolls. Knew they'd come around eventually.
Hello.
No bad rolls.
Like to help Grackle like rattles off the name of the company that we're here with. Like we're being shown around by such and such realty, and we are the
Sketchy land grab.
on
Yeah.
behalf of this, that, and the
Sketchy
other.
Land Grab is
Lone
such a
Shark
great name.
LLC.
Mm-hmm.
Right, checking for gas. Who let you in here?
I will go get them. If you
No,
will
you're
allow.
gonna stay right here. Where are they? Who let you in here?
Chaz?
Yeah, Chaz.
Chaz.
Finster.
Chaz Finster.
basement.
Right. Looks at the other a blue coat, sends him off. Salome, you're down in the basement. You hear a door open above. Chaz looks a little confused and looks up as you see a blue coat come down the steps into the basement. And sees you and addresses your real estate agent and says, "You're the one selling this place." And Chaz says, "Oh, right. I tried to get my accent back. Yes, officer. I am. I have full paperwork here," and kind of comes stepping forward and shows the officer. They begin to have like a little bit of an exchange between the two of them. Goes over and says,
Is there a
Right.
problem, officer?
"Why don't we all come upstairs and we can talk about it?" And gestures for the two of you to follow.
I don't happen
Compl-
to recognize the guy with the long hair, do I?
No, I don't
Just-
think you
Just
will.
perusing the old vengeance list, you know?
You would not recognize this guy.
Alright. Just check.
Just checking.
Cruising the
The-
vengeance list is a great Discord way message.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Let me go over your vengeance list again. You need to remember if this is an NPC, you know. or-
Y'all ain't Chief Hicks Helker, are you?
Ah,
Just
right.
checking.
Helker.
Just checking.
Helker.
Hell-ker.
Helker.
Helker Skelker.
That sounds like a freaking Shakespeare insult.
Well, it got Helker that time.
Helker.
You hell-ker.
You do not. This man with the long hair is not a blue coat. He is, or at least it's currently not uniform. So you don't recognize him. The other one comes. So everybody follows blue coats. Everybody's kind of gathered in the main room.
Wait,
Glass,
I
where
haven't
are
said
you?
where I am yet.
Yeah, Glass, where are you at right
I just
now?
realized I was just like having fun watching my favorite movie. I was imagining I was either with Salome or I was somewhere in a back room seeing if this place is haunted.
Yeah.
Oh.
Crawling through the rafters.
Do you
Crawling
want
through the
to?
vents just like a gremlin looking for ghosts.
We could roll it back a bit if you wanted to do an attune before this all happened, before you began to hear this
Is
conversation.
that
and
okay?
stuff.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah. No, that's fine. No,
I do love how we all split up and immediately started kicking the tires of this place.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
count I'll say this is a zero stress flashback.
Excellent.
Since it happened 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, here we go.
It's not
I've,
retconning,
like-
it's a flashback.
No, it's
There you
not
go.
retconning. I was just waiting my turn.
Exactly.
It's my turn now. Yeah, I've gone to some back room somewhere where nobody will hear me muttering to myself. And I'm just looking for ghosts. I'm looking for ghosts. I'm looking for warding. Any kind of because I know the wraiths were into that shit. And they
Yeah.
sort of existed around here. So let's see what we can find. Risky standard.
Yes.
That's a crit, baby.
Yeah.
Gee, that's your second crit in a row.
That is your
Second crit in a row.
second crit.
Save
RJ, I'm
some for
so
the rest
sorry.
of us.
Yeah.
You're taking all the good
Glass
rolls.
is hoarding all the good rolls.
Listen, I'm even rolling them out in the open on the
Yeah.
playground
Let's be fair.
today.
The other two dice were ones.
The other two
Yeah.
were one. That is 2 6s and 2 1s.
Yeah.
But Blaze in the Dark doesn't give a shit about ones if there are bigger numbers involved, which I
It's
don't.
true.
So yeah, that's a crit.
That is a
I
crit.
want to know every ghost that lives here. I want to know where every piece of warding is. I want to know everyone who died here's social security number.
Their blood type, their shoe size.
Yep, all of them.
So I got with a crit. Okay, shit.
Yeah, didn't expect that, did you?
Yeah,
Mother's maiden name and their favorite color.
Yep.
fucked me on this.
The mascot of their high school football team. I'm gonna break into all their fucking passwords.
So I'm gonna give you the stuff you asked for first. You get a sense with this place that there was probably some sort of similar warding in effect at some point. It's not currently active. They were probably using the similar method of warding that they were at the Wicked Traveler, but the whatever device they were using was either destroyed or taken with them when they left. You don't sense the presence of any spirits nearby, and that's partially because you also notice something different. The ghost field here is off. Not just here, I think you might have picked it up on your way here too in Night Market. You've been in Night Market a couple times now, and it's definitely, you were in Night Market a couple months ago, and you could sense spectral energies, and you could see through the ghost field and stuff. Being here now, it almost feels like the ghost feels weaker than it was before. Not in the sense of it's easier to permeate, but there's just not as much of a presence of it here. And you're not sure, it could be the energy because there's just more electricity here, more electroplasm that's used. They just utilize electricity more in this district. So that tends to fuck with your abilities a bit because it's utilizing the same kind of frequencies and wavelengths. ghosts and machinery kind of all are powered by the kind of the same energy. But this is even more than that. Like, you've been in places that use a lot of technology and are very well like on the grid. This is even more than that. Like something is almost draining the just ambient electroplasmic spectral energy in this district.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yes.
Does it feel like it's at the same level throughout the entire district, or is it like even more drained in like certain places, or like in this building, or is it just kind of a general like pall over the entire district? Like,
I'm gonna say
I
based
guess
on
what I'm asking is like, does it have like, can I tell if it would have like a source that would be kind of easy to pinpoint if I were to follow that thread, or is it just kind of like a general like aura?
God, you rolled
I know that's a
critical
very
success.
specific question.
Yeah, no, you did. I'm more just trying to salvage information to give you. Yes, there does seem to be an epicenter to it.
Okay. Was it getting?
It's strong. The epicenter seems to be further into the.
I was gonna say I
Night
don't know
Market
whether
district.
to say stronger or weaker, because like it.
Yeah, the epicenter, wherever this is coming from, seems to be like the pull you feel is more towards the like into the district, more like.
Okay, it's not something like in this building.
No.
Okay. Interesting. I find that especially fascinating since Night Market like borders
The fence, yeah.
The
The
fence.
barrier, yeah.
You would think if anything the presence would be like stronger here because it's whatever
Yeah,
is
and
like,
I mean, you've been in Night Market before, like over the years. Like I have to imagine you've been in Night Market
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've been here within the past few months, and like I said, when you were here last time, it was not like this. This seems to be a recent development.
Okay. I think that's all the questions.
It's
I will-
around this time that you
I'll
begin to
file
hear
that
some
away.
You begin to hear some conversation out in like the main room.
I'll join. I'll wander. out.
Okay. So you wander out too. So everybody is gathered in the main room here, and the blue coats kind of surveying everyone, kind of trying to like. I think they're mostly keeping an eye on you, Grackle, because you're the most clearly armed in this group. The rest of you, though, kind of looking over. There's just an area of tension here, and Chaz speaks up and says, I promise I have filed all the correct paperwork with your office. They are very much aware that I am showing this location here today. I'm sure if you check in, then they will corroborate all of this information. And the blue coat, it's kind of a leader, probably is like either the senior commanding officer for these two, says, right. Well, there's been a bit of a change in the schedule here today. We're going to have to ask you to finish up as soon as possible. We have someone important coming by to review the place. Kind of glances back at his whoever he's escorting, this just gentleman with the longer hair. And this man, kind of like sensing the tension, everything, gives a polite smile and steps forward and says, "This really isn't necessary. We can listen in the spirit of commerce and cooperation. I'm sure it's these lovely people are in the process of perusing many places, and if you are interested in this building, by all means, look around. My employer is very much interested as well. That's the nature of these things, right? little bit of competition. So there's no reason for anybody to leave by any means.
Apologies, I didn't catch your name. As I've just wandered in, I'm like, oh, I missed part of the conversation.
Out of the darkness.
You may call me Oliver, please. Apologies, this all got a bit tense and formal. There's no reason we can't share.
All of our business can be that way, but you and I both know it doesn't have to be. And I'm sure, as a man of business yourself, you wouldn't want to assume that your employer is any more important than mine.
By no means. And I'll say these things are not necessarily within my purview, my wheelhouse, as you might say. I am doing my boss a favor here by being here and taking a look around first.
I was just finishing perusing the back rooms. Would you like me to show you the way?
Of course. If
Find out who this motherfucker is.
Immediately.
he says, "Is that all right with you?" And looks to the blue coats, and the one looks a little disheveled, and you can see it doesn't necessarily look like angry or put out, but almost looks apologetic and like a little bit uncomfortable by the situation.
The person with the ponytail or the blue coats?
The blue coat does. The blue coats look like they've messed up and they're really worried about the fallout from that. And he actually steps forward and like there's a bit of a hushed conversation between the two of them, and you overhear just enough to hear him say, "I'm very apologies, sir. I had assured with Chief Helka that you were the only appointment on for today, so we'll ensure that everything else goes smoothly and nobody else intrudes." And you see Oliver gives a very wide smile, and
I'm sorry. Am I going crazy? Did we not meet somebody named Oliver before?
Oliver was the name of, I think, the young man that introduced Salome to the Forgotten Gods.
that was... Wait, did I use the name Oliver for? Do I need to change names? That was...
That's what Oliver sparked for me.
It just feels very familiar to me.
That was Cole.
Oh, Cole, never
I
mind.
don't know
Okay.
why I feel like we met somebody named Oliver.
I don't
That's-
think you have. If you have, I've used this name again. That's on me. That's
think
all on
what-
you.
Cool.
If it wasn't on purpose.
This was not me bringing back an NPC. If I've used the name Oliver before, then...
I'm pretty sure Oliver
We've never
was
seen
a
Oliver
Star
before.
Power
This is-
NPC at some point.
Oh,
Like
was
a
he?
one-off name,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
It did
We've
sound
never
familiar.
seen this Oliver
Sorry,
before.
I had to ask.
Never seen this Oliver. Suddenly he manifests a stand in front of him and says, "You've fallen in for my trap."
Guy, Oliver.
Dimension shatters, 4 people pop out to fight him and drag him back in.
Yeah.
I summoned my
Whoa.
bees!
So that
All the
happened.
crackles turned into bees.
Her final form.
Yeah,
This is-
mask
is
comes
it-
off. It was just another Vivi.
Is it
This was a
one
sting
bee per
operation.
Grackle, or is it as many bees as could fit? That was very funny. Into a Grackle.
It's a bunch of bees wearing a Grackle costume.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Grackles in the trench coat were bees in a trench coat. In a
Which
trench coat.
means,
Yes.
yeah, that the human Grackle
It was Beception.
a human controlled by Grackles, controlled by bees.
Bees.
And
yeah.
this is when we post the B movie script in the chat. So
Yeah, there you go.
The end. We're done. Yes, you don't know this, Oliver.
Got it.
I'm
but
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
sorry. Did you say you work for Hicks Helker?
The the blue coats address you and say, "Chief Helka is in charge of this district." Yes.
All right. Just check.
It hits every time.
Right. And you see Oliver, as they turn back and apologize, you see Oliver gives a very a very practiced smile,
Coincidence, me too.
and says, "Good," and just turns and follows you. Glass.
I'm just making small talk until we're by ourselves.
Out of
Kind of mirroring
earshot,
his energy.
out of earshot of Glass and Oliver as they leave, Fume just turns to the Bluecoats. I've worked with people like that. I am so sorry for you two.
The I'm just gonna
It's genuine commisery in his voice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a little fortune roll just to see how how receptive they are to this.
Oh.
Not very.
Well, no, they're cops, so.
Yeah.
You see, the one looks at you and just gives a grunt of acknowledgement and looks to the other one and says, "Why don't you wait outside?" So one of them goes to like watch the front door, heads out the steps.
While this dude is occupied, I feel like we've seen enough to know that this not only would serve our purposes, but has some extra special treats that we could unwrap at some point when we're alone. What would I need to roll to basically go, yeah, we'll take it. Can we sign the paperwork right now? And expedite this process.
You could roll money.
So you're talking.
Ooh, flash that corner.
Yeah. So you talk to your you go to Chaz.
Chaz, yes.
And he kind of like in hush conversation, very much kind of been in the situation of your realtor taking you to the side.
Like my back is
Yeah.
to them, so they cannot see my face.
You're at an open house. Your realtor kind of pushes you aside. So, okay, if we're gonna make a deal on this, we got to do the like having this
This
hush
is
conversation.
actually stressing me out.
I know,
Yeah.
me too.
Every time
This
like,
is
an open house. This was
every
exactly-
time you rent in Chicago and you
Yeah.
find a good place. This is what happens.
No,
Like,
bye.
See
Buying a
other
house
people
fucking
coming in,
sucks.
like,
They instantly become your enemies. Like,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
all I
I
don't.
could fight all of you.
Yes, I will fight all of you.
He in hush conversation says, "Well, I was hoping we wouldn't have any competition here today. I didn't see anybody on the logbooks for this appointment."
Which
Must have
I'm
been
sure is exactly what this Oliver's associates were intending.
Well, we'll have to put in our bid with Chief Helka. I've lost my accent again. We'll have to put in our bid with Chief Helka. So it really is a matter of how much you're willing to put on the table. I'm gathering, kind of looks back over his shoulder to Oliver and Glass kind of retreating to another room. Given how they responded, I would imagine our competition is going to be sizable for this. There have been some people that have been snatching up these locations as quickly as they can. So if we're going to make a move on that, we should probably do it fast.
Absolutely. Do you think we might be able to expedite the process with this letter of reference that we could give to the chief? Can I do a flashback? And could we have gotten just like a really nicely written letter of intent from the captain?
From Captain Pansia? Yes, definitely.
It's really good.
I was gonna say, can I also do a flashback? I sold hundreds of pounds of drugs the week prior. It was for my private stash.
I'm just gonna call this documents. Yes, we're gonna call that documents.
We'll go. This isn't an unlikely opportunity, but I think this is a complex action. So we'll go with one stress for this. And let's just make this a consort roll.
Cool.
And again,
There is a 6 in there. 6, 5, 4, 3. Hey, it's a straight. But that's not the game we're playing. But there is a 6 in
Unlike
there.
any of us.
Yeah, with a 6. You went to see Captain Pansia before all of this.
I'm a business partner,
says-
even if a silent one.
So you're looking to expand the operation? I have no problem with that.
Business has been booming, and there are definitely opportunities in expanding to a burgeoning new neighborhood such as Night Market. I think we need to strike while the iron is hot.
You know what? I'd say let's do it. The jewelry box has been phenomenal.
Thriving.
Why not expand? I mean, I'm a little bit reluctant given my last foray into dealings in Night Market, but
Let's
past
clean
is the
it up.
past. Right. And you and I have enough of a business arrangement. We've been doing this long enough, Salome. I know you're not gonna run off with my money, so
Where would I go, Theo? Quite
where would
honestly.
you go, indeed? Right, I'll write that letter for you.
I didn't like that.
That was a complete and utter threat, but
didn't like
it's
that.
Salome. It's Salome.
I thought he liked us.
He
God, that
does.
was
He
killing me. It was
does.
so funny.
He's a fucking Leviathan captain. He's essentially
Where
a
would you go?
I offered to fuck him.
Right, and he definitely loves all of you, but he loves his money more.
He loves his money. I
he sure
understand this
does.
man. We
What's
get
in
each
the-
other.
This is
I made him likable. I didn't say this was a good man. At any point.
Oh no. He is still on the vengeance list.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. Again, this is a man who loves his money and affluence over nothing else. Yes, he enjoys working with people that he likes, but he would murder us in a heartbeat. So that's
Trying to make
fine.
him more money.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Which
Yeah.
is what we're
Again,
presenting to him.
And we're
Just
not
a-
actually gonna go in to fuck over his money. We're here to actually make
No,
it work.
we're here to make more money.
I am now
Right, right.
remembering this is the same man a while back who put some money on the bar so he could break a chair because he was mad.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he
So
is
this
a
all
bit
tracks.
of a, he
This
is a bit
all
of an anger
tracks.
streak. Yeah.
Speaking of the vengeance list and good old Hicks,
Yeah.
Chief Helker, what's the likelihood, just over the table, like from Grackle's perspective, what is the likelihood that Helker is going to recognize her?
Likelihood of flashbacking so that Grackle
Um,
could pre-assassinate Helker.
That's a lot
I
I'd
of
like to
stress, I
flashback
think.
to another job.
I would like to
so-
flashback to a murder attempt.
I don't know if you have ever had any direct dealings with Helker.
Right.
So-
But
Let's do
Helker
a
has
fortune
had
roll.
direct dealings with Steiner
Yeah.
for
Let's do a-
specific reasons.
Let's do a fortune roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you 2 dice on this one.
We want
You
high.
You want high, yeah.
You want high.
Recognized on site. Okay.
Mixed.
Okay.
Big success.
Okay.
I will say probably won't recognize you unless you do something.
I'd have to
that-
do something stupid.
Yeah, if you draw attention to yourself, there's a possibility. But just like on glance, in passing, probably would not recognize Grackle.
Great. I'll take that as my hint to lay low.
So the current situation, Glass is off with Oliver. We have one blue coat in the main room with Salome, Fume, and Grackle.
And
the other blue coat
Chaz.
and Chaz, and the other one stepped out. Salome, you had your letter. We successfully got that.
Yes.
The captain wrote a as eloquent a letter as possible for man. There's a lot of profanity in it, but
Naturally. But it has his signature and seal on it, which is
Yes.
all we need.
exactly. So you have this letter, and I imagine you probably told. That's probably how you got. Again, we start on good footing.
Yeah.
You probably got into the situation because of your
Dropping
connections
the
with
name,
Captain Panzer.
yeah.
Yeah, and so he says, "Well, I'd have to admit that your credentials are going to be hard to one up in this situation. So I imagine that they'll help you a great deal."
And I am sure that expediency would be the other part of this equation. So, as this Oliver's business partner, boss, or whatever, is soon to come in, why don't we just clear out in a moment and make our way back to the office to settle this deal?
Let's do that. We'll have to have an audience with Chief Helker directly as part of this, make our petition, and then he will review along with the other council members that's been put on this, and they stepped in. I told you about this before. There's a lot of concern about the wrong people purchasing and making business. Obviously, the thing we have to worry about with you and your business, highly legitimate. But they're being very particular.
Cautious.
So we will we'll write up our proposal, full business proposal for your
Oh, I
business.
have it right here.
Oh, excellent. So
I don't
we
even think
will-
I need to do a flashback for that. Like, fucking Salome has a business proposal ready all
Yeah.
the time.
So once we are done here, we will head over to the chief's office, and we will make our bid in person. And hopefully, get very personable yourself. I'm sure we can work something out.
Excellent.
And kind of looks back over his shoulder at the room, like seeing that Oliver has moved off, and says, "But since we have time, is there anything else you want to look at here?" And it kind of goes back into if there's anything else you wanted to.
Salesman mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is
About that water damage. So yeah, I'm gonna go full my mother-in-law mode and start trying to knock some money off the price. Bats in the attic, my ass.
So the we'll go back to Glass. Glass, you've walked off with Oliver into another room, kind of showing around.
I am going to do a bit that I think Glass has done many times before, when they're putting on this persona of someone who it works for and is trusted by someone very important. I think once they are alone, very deliberately sort of takes a breath, like starts to act just a tad more casual, like, okay, I am now alone with somebody who is on my level, like, now we can talk.
Yeah.
Oh, real estate, huh?
As Oliver's kind of like looking around and surveying the place and says, right, not necessarily my specialty.
It's not my favorite, but at least it can be
I didn't-
interesting.
I didn't catch your name.
Oh, apologies, it's Violet.
Violet. It's a pleasure to meet you. Well, I imagine that this will be dealt with rather quickly. It's the third one of these I've done this week, so hopefully.
I'm so sorry.
Right. Well, there's a night market always changing.
I'm getting that. I spent some time here over the last couple years, but it's definitely different now.
For the better, definitely. A little more order, a little less chaos helps everyone.
Couldn't agree more.
So, what, if you don't mind me asking, what sort of business are you in? What does your employer look to do with this fine establishment.
Well, me specifically, I am in the business of keeping my boss happy. My employer's dabbled in a couple of different businesses, but ultimately, it's sort of difficult to explain to the layman, but you're obviously not one of those. She's got a very financial mind and bent, so we're looking to start up a firm, essentially. Well, expand an already existing firm and try to really kickstart the whole economy in this area.
Fair. That sounds very official. What sort of firm? If you don't mean to pry.
Oh no, she's mostly in the financial industry, but I think it's my turn to ask a question.
By all means.
Same thing applies. What does your boss do?
Oh, many things. He's has a lot of hands in a lot of places. This one's more of a favor, you might say. He's not interested in the location for himself.
Oh?
No. There's a growing market here for many things, and has a few close friends looking to set up with better locations. I believe looking to turn it into probably just refitting the same building for another tavern or something.
Oh.
So,
Well, that's quite boring, isn't it?
Oh, probably, but the people want what they want. As I'm sure you're aware, financial planning and advisement has to be rather valuable right now. Many clients looking to, especially in night market.
Well, with all the new
find
money
a way
here,
up.
it's an especially lucrative business, so...
I imagine your proposal is going to look very tempting then for the chief.
Between you and me, we have a couple of other options, so...
That's good.
I conspicuously look over my shoulder like I'm making sure no one's listening, honestly. Is it important to your boss that you get this specific location?
Hard to say. He's a hard man to read. Seemed interested in it enough, but like I said, I did a few of these this week, so who knows? Why?
If I may, been doing this for a while. There's some structural issues I'm a little concerned about, so I wouldn't go too high on this one, to be honest.
Make a roll.
Lie to this man about real estate.
Yes, make him underbid. Make him underbid.
Talk about the water damage.
The water damage.
So much water damage. That
The water
musty
damage.
smell. That's gonna take ages to get out.
Yeah, like tell him to go in the basement and take a good whiff of that
there's
water
this-
damage.
especially with the underground bits, I'm a little concerned just how much water damage I'm seeing. So, I mean, if you want it, by all means, we're probably not going to go very high on it. Just don't go to the top of your range.
Go ahead and make a sway roll.
I'm
is,
gonna push myself.
Do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Play the game.
Oh god. Okay, this is a risky standard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll go risky standard.
Okay, that's
Okay,
a 5.
okay.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Not bad.
Mixed success. He.
Sorry if I come on a bit too strong. Just usually it's just me and the higher ups though, so it's nice to talk to someone who gets it.
He kind of listens to you for a moment and nods and says, Structural damage. Water damage. Oh, where did you see that?
Mostly down this one hallway, and then honestly, the kitchen's a fucking disaster. The equipment is not up to par at all, and the agent even admits that they've had some issues with it and some damage in the past, so...
Should we take a look?
Of course.
Heads down to the basement with you. Looks around, kind of smells the kind of the mildew down here, and clicks his tongue and says,
You think they'd at least try to mask the smell before a tour, and that's what has me concerned.
right. Good point. I'll definitely have to point that out. Thank you for calling that to my attention.
Business is tough, but I hate to see it be any more difficult than it has to.
Right. Well, I guess we'll just have to see how much they want the place.
Yeah. Good luck.
You as well.
Hopefully some of the other locations treat you a bit easier.
Hopefully. Shorter, it's not many pristine options, unfortunately.
Can I
Who
ask?
puts a-
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
No, I'm so curious. Most people in your position are very proud of who their employer is. But you haven't mentioned a name. Is it someone in government? That's usually where that comes from.
Right. Well,
Sorry,
I didn't want
my
to make a big
curiosity gets
deal
the
of
best
it.
me.
No, it's fair. It's no secret or anything. I work for Lord Maridon.
Oh, okay. Well done, you.
Thank you. I didn't want to make a big deal of it. I know that can be fairly intimidating.
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, that
Bidding
must-
against the Baron.
You know, I'm stronger than I look. But, ultimately, it's not up to me.
Right. Obviously.
But I hate to think what Lord Meriden would think of the smell in here.
Well, like I said, it wasn't. He's doing it as a favor for a friend, so I suppose
yeah.
it'll be her choice whether she wants the location or not.
Anyone fun? Come on, Oliver. This job is so boring.
Right. Are you familiar with the Arivian sword fighting school?
A bit, yeah.
My Lara Clev.
Working with the Baron. Now that is not one I want to put together.
Oh, they've been friends for years.
Well,
Go back a long ways,
I
but
imagine she's one that keeps things very close to the vest, so, well.
I've never met with her directly, unfortunately. I've heard she is quite a force to be reckoned with, but
Our
I
redheads usually
suppose.
are.
So you've met her?
I don't remember. Does she actually have red hair?
Yeah.
Not in person, per se. A friend of a friend is a up-and-coming artist. Has done some portraits, so...
That explains it then. Well, I suppose she'll have to decide if the place is up to snuff for her.
Well, I imagine she's not going to want to turn it into a school.
No, likely not.
Well, so they just want, you said, another tavern or something.
Most likely, looking to diversify, I suppose.
Ah, that makes sense. Well, I hate to cut this short, as I have so enjoyed talking to you. But my boss is going to be expecting me, so...
As will mine, so let's adjourn upstairs.
Now, perhaps we'll see each other again.
Let us hope. And the two of you head back upstairs to meet with anything else going on upstairs with the rest of the crew while that was happening.
Everyone's just making out.
Yep.
Standing
Full
over
orgy.
the dead body of two dead
No, the
bodies
blue
of two
coats are
blue
also
coats.
making out with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're making out with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it was so awkward. It was like on the job romance. Like it was a whole thing. So
Then the
That's
bosses
Jack
left,
and
and it was like,
Roy.
all right, cool. We got a couple minutes.
Jack and Roy. No, completely casual at this
I got
point.
nothing.
Just like, if y'all get the chance to go independent, I'd say do it. Like, y'all ain't even unionized.
She's moved on
do
from
this-
championing the libraries and championing unions.
yes.
Make a
do the
sway
exact
roll
same
for
job,
me.
but work for yourself. You know.
Make a sway roll for me, Grackle.
I'm not pushing this.
Please don't. Please don't.
I think she deserves an extra dice.
I'm not taking
because-
trauma for this.
Because she's been around the rest of us who are obviously pro-union.
Oh yeah.
Risky standard.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm rolling.
How is that a failure?
Because
you
I-
have
Six.
I don't have
zero
any.
dice. It's zero
Yeah.
dice.
Zero,
Oh,
you have to take the lower.
shit.
Damn. That was so
Zippo.
close. 6 and a 2.
I made
right
a
there.
great argument.
Yeah, you did.
You, the blue coats.
We just have to remember the story is just saying ACAB. Like they're cops. Like
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
are we trying to do
Essentially,
here?
yes. I've gotten too casual with them. I'm not putting enough respect on the name.
Yeah, respect the badge.
Jesus.
Do blue coats have badges? I thought the coat was the whole thing.
No, it's the coat. Yeah, I don't think they have badges. Respect the coat.
Fun fact about games.
Doesn't have the same ring, you know? I don't
Nope.
They begin to respond. They're interrupted as
They're
you all hear like
capitalists.
you all hear a like a rumbling, like a and you recognize the sound. It's a like a mechanized carriage, like a self-propelled carriage.
Oh, the Baron was about to show up on a fucking motorcycle.
Yeah.
In the
And-
shoes.
With my Lara Clev in the sidecar. Like
And you hear a carriage door close and footsteps coming towards the front door as Glass and Oliver return.
hide.
And you hear, and Oliver says, "Oh, I suppose that'll be my boss." As moving through the door,
Is there any kind of
Is-
hand signal I can give that's like,
the
Exit.
Baron.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out next time.
Fuck!
Baron?
The Baron! He works for the Baron!
As the Baron begins to walk through the doors. So
well, he thinks we're buds right now, so.
we'll have
Me and him are
to
ghost buds.
see what happens next time.
It's happening. I
I-
finally get to talk to him.
You
Listen,
do finally get
I
shocked
told
by-
you the Baron was coming, and Grackle hung out. So
Grackle wasn't there for that conversation.
No,
I
she
didn't
wasn't.
Think, I did not think the Baron himself was gonna show his ass up here.
I honestly, it was up in the air as to whether the Baron, Mylera, or Helker was going to show up.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
worst possible person.
the worst option showed
I
up.
thought my Lara was gonna show up.
Me too.
We'll have to see what happens next
Oh my
time. I mean,
god,
you'll,
he's gonna be so excited to see me.
you'll have an option to react if there's anything Grackle wants to do.
I pull out my gun, I shoot.
She
him.
goes,
I fire
Miss.
a miss and a fire a miss.
no, she pulls a full Scott Pilgrim and just like jumps out
Jumps
the
out the window.
window.
Jump
She just
through
left.
the
She just
6
left.
feet of stone above you.
Yeah.
There's a Grackle shaped like silhouette in the wall.
Full Looney Tunes.
And then she
Yeah.
turns into a bunch of bees. Good
Lovely, y'all.
Lord.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Cool.
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 All right, y'all. Let's do our end of session advancements. You get a whole week to think about this, Wings.
Again. Hell.
Again.
I was
Once
doing
again,
silly union jokes.
We've left off with Wings having to seriously consider some shit.
Again.
I give Wings a
Once
lot of time
again.
to decide what she
You
does.
know, honestly, I
Oh.
appreciate it because then I just sit and stew.
And then 20 minutes after the game, I look to the Discord chat and I see Wings.
75
typing.
messages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes,
All
here
right.
we go. This is the content I love.
Here's my 5-point essay on what we should do.
And I love it. I read them every time.
They're so good.
Oh god.
All right, PC advancement. I don't think we had any desperate actions today.
I don't reckon.
No,
Those are coming though.
just checking.
Playbook specific XP triggers.
No,
Calculation,
arcane power.
conspiracy,
Yeah, everybody just said
nothing
theirs.
but.
I trust
We
y'all.
all did them.
No,
I think you-
I didn't do anything real.
I did some tracking.
You did do some.
Hey,
tracking.
you addressed a challenge through study.
True.
Yeah, you
You
did.
did.
You
literally
don't have to
studied.
succeed to address
Yeah,
the challenge.
you don't have to succeed in it. You tried.
Yeah.
They just didn't let you.
I literally looked for ghosts.
And then you, well, then you both, then Fume did try to do another study with the, with the device. So you tried twice. You just failed both times.
You don't have to succeed. You just have
During
to-
this entire fucking conversation with the Baron next week, Fume's gonna sneak out there, stick the device underneath the car, and make a car bomb.
There you go.
All right. Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Did we?
We take care of our fucking own, y'all.
I like that this one says, feel free to tell the group about them when you mark XP. Like we don't do that.
Like we're not gonna fucking talk about it all the time.
You guys want
Right.
a rehashing of the Grackle Glass Steiner scene again?
Struggle with the issues from your vice or traumas.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. What was your trauma again? Fume, it was destruction or chaos? Or
Vicious.
Vicious.
Vicious, that's what it was.
Vicious.
I cannot wait
For Fume
for
to
that
just
to come to
ice
pass.
someone.
I cannot wait for him to
Fume is
go
just gonna
absolute
straight-
beast mode.
Assassinate
taste
the
of it.
Baron next week. That's all.
We've
it's
had a
gonna
taste
be.
of it in the past.
Well, quite
you
li-
assassinate the Baron, Grackle's going to snap your fucking neck.
That's
Honestly,
Michael!
Did I struggle
Ironically-
from my vice or trauma? Yes, I did. Grackle murdered me because of it.
and that's how I got here. I got
It's a
shot
struggle.
again.
Get him
And then Fume gets to come back as a ghost.
Hey!
Wouldn't be the first time.
Lovely. Crew advancement?
Yep. Successful espionage, sabotage, or theft.
We're in
Yeah.
it.
We don't know if it's successful yet. Contend
this
with
an-
challenges above your current station.
Apparently, the
Baron
fucking
just walked in
Baron.
the damn door, so we get to fight me.
Fine.
We get to.
How about you take one this week and you'll take another next week?
Well, I was
for
giving
it.
us a second one for Mylera being involved,
Oh,
because that's a full other faction.
that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, they are here. Okay, fair.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
Not yet.
Not yet.
What? Loyal? Loyal.
Oh yeah, to Will.
Loyal for Will. Yeah.
We spent a lot of time
Okay.
on that.
Yeah, we did.
You did. You did.
We spent a lot of time trying to do right by him.
Yeah.
We really did. I'm giving us one. Express
it.
the
Go for it.
goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
I don't think so this week. No.
Y'all didn't talk to each other.
Nah, we were all in our little separate mopey corners.
Yeah, right.
We're getting it.
Yeah, y'all
Yes, we
did.
are.
I'd say y'all definitely. I mean, not just from the fallout of the Grackle glass situation at the beginning, but I would say making the sincere effort to with that conversation with Will and stuff. I think that has kind of become y'all's MO of taking care of your own and stuff. So good stuff there.
Nice.
All right. That is it for advancement, right?
Mhm.
Cool.
Woo.
Let's do stars and wishes, and I'll give out a quote. Let's go first.
Hello, my name is RJ. I'm going to. God, I love this group and their dedication to these are our NPCs and we're going to fucking take care of them and you can do nothing about it.
Bruh.
We might be separately assholes, but together we will take care of you.
The day I kill Will, I am concerned for my personal safety.
We're riot.
Yeah.
2 halves of a whole decent person.
1/4 of a decent person.
Yeah, 1/4 of a
Together we
decent
make
person.
One decent person.
One decent
Together.
person.
Yeah.
Together we also make a very terrifying combination, but that's besides the point. My wish. No, not next week, but at some week I am going to, as Grackle and Salome put it, take the leash off Fume. Canonically, he's never killed anyone, so this will be fun.
On purpose.
Mostly, well,
Yeah,
he's
on
mostly
purpose.
uses stuff to like paralyze and
You
incapacitate.
blowing
I mean, you
up
did blow up like an entire group of people.
Yeah.
like in the past, the blowing up.
that
has
was
been a
the
recent
first
development.
time like
The
that we've seen
catalyst.
Fume like do some murder.
Oh no, am I good at this? I might be good at this.
Did I get a taste for it?
You gotta figure out how to do it without also blowing yourself up.
Yeah.
I need
It
a
was
signature.
first
though.
try. First time.
Yeah, first. Are you
He's
telling me
looking
your
at
first time went perfect?
First time everyone blows up. Then you figure things out.
Listen, the first time it's always messy.
What's your wish?
It's messy, it's confusing, there are a lot of parts lying around in the end.
It's
Everyone's
wet
ears are
for
ringing in
some
the end.
reason.
Oh God, why?
Anyway, my wish. I'm taking Fume off the leash, off the chain.
Do it.
Next week.
Awesome. Who's next?
I'll go.
Go.
My star is gonna go to Salome, because I love when Salome gets to flex her like business acumen. We haven't gotten a lot of it recently. It's happened in the past, but I love it. I think it's great. Yeah, we're gonna be rich.
Be
We're gonna
rich,
We're gonna be
bitch!
rich and retire, and it's gonna be awesome. My wish. I'm bringing it back. I want to talk to the Baron one-on-one. He's a
You're
smart
gonna-
man. He's going to recognize me.
Listen,
You're
that might be a good distraction.
That might be
to
the
get
best
Grackle out of the room.
idea.
Unless Grackle just decides to go full.
Just pull out guns
She
and just
would not.
start. Couldn't possibly.
Unless I make him look at me and
Unless-
his back is turned. Anyway, I've been wishing for it for so long. I want to talk to this man. I don't even know what I want to talk to. I have so many things to ask him about. I don't know how this conversation is going to go at all. I'm going to think about it, but I want that moment of I want him to recognize me.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Can't wait.
Amazing.
Who next?
I can go. I mean, I'll go ahead and just snag the obvious one. My star goes to the Grackle and Glass during the whole bit with Steiner. That was just across the board. It was perfect. It was precisely what these characters would do, not holding anything aback. Yes. Good. Yes, good. Brain gone.
Good, yes.
Yes, good. Good, yes. Words, bad. My wish. I think it is very important for us to gain this property. I really like it could be an even more of a shithole than it already is. I don't care. This is like spiritually necessary now to pull the wool over this man's eyes in his own backyard.
Hmm.
Y'all are on your way to that. Yeah, it's become personal in a very real way.
Yeah.
For y'all.
I'm ready for it. That's me.
Wings, it's all to you.
Yeah. I'm biased, but my star also goes to the Steiner and Glass conversation. Like I have to point out that Steiner's half of the conversation was also really good. It that whole scene really
sure.
felt like we stewed on it for a week. And it was some really good, decent stuff that came out of it. The thing that blindsided me was Glass specifically sparing Steiner on Grackle's behalf, which was just the extra like twist of the knife that would make it so much worse for Grackle. So I loved that in particular.
I've been talking to myself a lot in the shower.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Best time
Same
for it.
hat. But I wish. I know what Grackle wants, but what do I want? To get out of this scot-free. Because I genuinely don't know what's gonna happen if Baron recognizes Grackle. That'll be a real
That's some
situation.
endgame shit.
That's some endgame shit. Yeah. So
I got you. I spit eye blind at him as he walks in. He'll never recognize you.
I see. Here's my thing: is like I can see so many ways the next 10 seconds go in this game in game time.
I'm eyeing up the last 4 boxes of stress that I have, and I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna be enough for him.
I've got a line in the tank
Yeah.
for when he comes in if you guys need me to stall.
I'm just gonna say, I mean, there is a deep part of me that is just so hoping that whatever roll you make to try to get out of dodge in this situation fails, because I really just want to see what happens.
Yeah. My wish is for next week to come sooner, because like I am on the tip of my seat. Like I need to know how this resolves.
This is 2 weeks in a row where Wings is gonna be really stressed for the next week.
Good. All right. Is that it? That was your wish too?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Awesome. I'm gonna give the quote today to Glass, because that whole conversation with Steiner was really good, and we had been amping up for it so much in the week. But I've wondered how much human life is worth, but that math works out differently for people like us is a pretty metal line to just spit.
That
off the
shit was completely off the dome.
dome. Yeah, that's pretty metal. So I'm gonna give it to you for that. But excellent, y'all. We are right on time. So thanks everyone out there for watching. Like we've said, we'll be back next week to pick this up. I love getting to string cliffhangers together week after week. It's my favorite thing to do. The next time we will be live on this channel will be on Monday. Fingers crossed everybody's feeling up to it, and we knock out this rest of this origin story that Sita's running for our Dragon Age game, Red Jenny, Mondays, 8 o'clock Eastern time. So join us there for that. And then both Van and I talked about earlier, but tomorrow over on Hack Recklessly, we'll be there for more Playthings of the Gods, doing our final season of that. So click all the buttons, like all the things, join us on our Discord, all that fun stuff. But that's it for us. Thank you everyone out there for watching. Thank you my lovely players for making this game a joy to run. We will see you all in a week, and until next time, good game and good night, internet.